We are back at the Thomas Fieldhouse, Lock Haven University Wrestling on the Bear Country Sports Network. Sam Cooperman and John Conklin with you this season as Lock Haven, the 25th ranked team in the nation, makes its MAC conference debut against Central Michigan, one of the teams that's represented that conference well for such a long time. Lock Haven looking to make a splash in the MAC, and it comes tonight on what's been dubbed the Whiteout. Lots of Bald Eagle fans will be here at the Fieldhouse. They're filing in right now. Last year, over 2,500 made it to see Lock Haven defeat George Mason in this matchup. 2 years ago, the start of the rise, the victory over Rutgers here on this night, and Lock Haven will look to take down Central Michigan this evening. John, we were talking about it, just the idea of coming into the season. You start with a lot of tournaments. Lock Haven took part in the Navy Classic, where the Bald Eagles finished 4th out of 18 a few weeks ago, and now they're into the dual meet slate. What's different about that as a wrestler preparing for it?
Well, I just think they're probably excited to get here in front of this home crowd. What a way to start the season, though, with the Chippewas of Central Michigan coming in. Traditionally powerful program that they've had out there. Tom Borelli, 28th season at the helm, so he has a lot of experience there. They have a lot of history with the program. So just a perfect opponent here for to start this season, to start out their tenure in the MAC. In front of this home crowd, the Whiteout crowd. It's going to be an electric environment.
Coach Borelli, when I spoke to him this week, compared this environment somewhat to Northern Iowa, a team that was previously in the MAC. They're now out in the Big 12 as a wrestling-only member, and that's really a compliment to Lock Haven and head coach Scott Moore and what this program has been rebuilt into. And it's a team that's perennially in the top 25. You see them with a few All-Americans every year, last year too, including returning All-American Kyle Shoop, the redshirt senior at 141. He'll be on the mats tonight along with some other talented Bald Eagle wrestlers. But Lock Haven does take on a Central Michigan team with a lot of history on its side and some really talented kids on that end as well. The Chippewas, 2 wrestlers ranked in the top 10 at the moment. They have a 125-pounder in the top 10 as well as their heavyweight wrestler. Will start this matchup at the traditional 125, going upwards all the way to 285 to conclude it. And it should be a fun time tonight in the Fieldhouse. John and I will be here getting ready for the 7 o'clock start. Lock Haven and Central Michigan on the Bear Country Sports Network. It's opening night at the Haven. The people at Kurt's Smokin' Ribs are excited and proud to support Lock Haven University Athletics, providing the area with outstanding barbecue, wood-fired pizza, wings, and more for 12 years. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, 243 Pennsylvania Avenue in Mill Hall. 570-726-RIBS. That's 570-726-RIBS. And find them online at kurtzsmokinribs.com. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, happy to bring you coverage of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
At Woodlands Bank, you don't have to worry about bank closures, name changes, or unplanned fees. Our customers' priorities are our top priority. We offer several personal and business accounts that are rewarding and don't charge a monthly service fee or require a minimum balance. Does your bank do that? Visit woodlandsbank.com to learn more about our products and services or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations in a neighborhood near you. Experience community banking the way it should be. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
This holiday, do you want a gift or do you want a wow? At Ulta Beauty, we make wowing easy with gorgeous gift sets. Spread holiday cheer with the Morphe 12-piece eye brush collection. Get major Mary points from Mini but Mighty Lip Kits from Kylie Cosmetics and MAC. And treat your nice list to skincare sets from Kiehl's and Mario Badescu. Plus, treat yourself to easy shopping when you buy online and pick up in store. It's free. Shop now, wow later, and get ready to give, gather, and glow. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win holiday cash blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin back with you here at Lock Haven University, the Thomas Fieldhouse, for tonight's season opening duel against the Central Michigan Chippewas. Lock Haven comes into this one ranked nationally at number 25. The Bald Eagles the last few years have been a mainstay in the top 20, top 25 in the nation. Last year finished 18th at Nationals and had a couple All-Americans in Chance Marsteller at 165 and Kyle Shoop at 141, while Marsteller, along with Thomas Haynes, who represented Lock Haven so well for 3 years at 285, are no longer on the team. The Bald Eagles do have a loaded lineup this season. We mentioned Shoop, who's a returning All-American, and he's qualified for Nationals a few times already. He's looking to do one better this year, but Lock Haven as a whole, John, is a very loaded lineup. What stands out the most to you about this Lock Haven Bald Eagles lineup?
Well, I guess what stands out to me the most would be the 4 redshirt seniors that are coming back, all nationally ranked wrestlers. DJ Fellman started off a little slow here so far this year, but I believe led the team last year in wins, national qualifier. But you have Shoop, as you mentioned, but we also have Alex Clucker and Corey Hazel from local Penns Valley High School over the mountain here. So, 4 very solid nationally ranked wrestlers there, all redshirt seniors, are going to be looking to make this count in their last season of collegiate wrestling. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing them, but also some of the new faces we're going to see in the lineup and seeing if they can make their mark on this program.
Lock Haven, a mix of young and old on this team. You talk about the experience and a number of seniors. You mentioned Fellman, Clucker, Hazel, Jared Segrist at 174, a guy trying to make it to Nationals for the first time briefly in the national rankings this year already. Lock Haven has a lot of those guys, but also some younger guys that you'll hear their names. Luke Warner at 125 is a junior, and he's been close to Nationals. He'll try to push his way there this year, but some other younger guys like Brock Porter, redshirt sophomore out of Bellefonte. He got some time in the lineup last year at 149. Austin Bell at 165, redshirt junior out of Bell Vernon. He was at Pitt for a few years before transferring to Lock Haven last year, and now he'll split some time at 165 between him and talented redshirt freshman Caleb Clymer. Both are listed as possibilities to go tonight. Parker McClellan at 197, sophomore from Altoona, also a name you'll hear about. And Dalton Rohrbaugh was in the lineup a little bit last year at 133 before Feldman was able to work his way down there from 141. But Rohrbaugh's a versatile guy. He can go all over the place. Lock Haven has a lot of names that you will hear throughout tonight's broadcast. But on the other side for Central Michigan, John, you'll hear it in a few moments with my pre-match interview with Scott Moore, but Central Michigan is a team that brings a lot to the table, especially at the lowest weight class and the highest weight class. 125, they got Drew Hildebrandt, currently ranked 9th in the country, redshirt junior from Granger, Indiana. He's trying to get to Nationals for the second time. And then the heavyweight spot, the biggest name on that lineup, Matt Stencyl, a guy when we met the other day was someone you talked about, currently ranked 7th, and he recently lost to Mason Paris out of Michigan, but he is a returning All-American and will be a really tough guy to go against for Lock Haven's Trey Hartstock.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. The bookends there on both ends of the lineup for Central Michigan. They're the toughest ones they have, 2 top 10 wrestlers. Drew Hildebrandt's a well-known name. He's just an all-around tough wrestler. If LHU sends Luke Warner out there, I think Warner's going to give him a very good match, has a great chance of knocking him off. Be a big win to start the match if that's what happens. But then with Stencyl at the other end of the lineup at 285, just a kid I remember watching last year at Nationals, and I think he was taken a little lightly coming into that national tournament. Ended up finishing 7th, had some big wins there. He actually beat Mason Paris last year. at Nationals. I believe it was at Nationals he beat him. Paris comes back this year and avenges that loss. But just a very solid wrestler at 285, so it's going to be a tough task for Trey Hartsock. So hopefully LHU can have the match in the bag at that point. By that point, and won't be have to worry about that. But it's going to be a tough match. But in the middle of that lineup for Central Michigan, all very solid wrestlers. Ben Cushman, I know, 184, red shirt freshman. But I've heard the name. I know the name. I think he'll be a tough one. And throughout there, as Scott said, it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be good matches the whole way through.
And it certainly will be one we are looking forward to. We're coming right back to the Thomas Fieldhouse in a few moments. Lock Haven and Central Michigan set to go at the top of the hour here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Lock Haven University, unrivaled in quality, affordability, and value. At the Haven, you are uniquely you. With real-world experience in your major as early as your freshman year, you'll unlock a world of opportunities alongside our experienced faculty who know your name. There is plenty to do, all while providing outstanding academic programs and a culture where learning is always the priority. For more information on how you can soar higher at the Haven, visit lockhaven.edu.
We do more. We tell you more. We include more. Hi, this is Karen Willer, owner of Ridgecrest Home Sales. Time and again, customers tell us we've learned more from you in the last hour than from any of the other places we've been. When you purchase a home from Ridgecrest, we discuss all required code items up front, as well as your expectations for the finished build. Once we have your wish list, we'll provide you with a firm pricing on all site work before construction begins. Our on-site engineer will obtain your building permits and inspections, coordinate all excavation, foundation work, and utilities, as well as building steps, decks, porches, and even a garage. You tell us what you want, and we'll make it happen, right down to a professional cleaning before key turnover. For most people, your home is the largest purchase you'll ever make. You want an experienced team of contractors that know how to get the job done right the first time. Visit Ridgecrest Home Sales on Route 150, just 1 mile outside of Beach Creek, or visit us online at ridgecresthomesales.com. We're definitely more than you expect.
First Quality in Lock Haven and Macklehattan is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and Macklehattan for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
Finally, a simple way for you to put the Bear on your phone and tablet. Simple meaning Simple Radio, SIMPLE. Go to any app store, download the Simple Radio app. It'll take about 30 seconds. When the app's installed, type in The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Don't forget the. It distinguishes us from other radio stations. That's The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Once you hear us, press the star to make us your favorite. That way, every time you hit the Simple Radio app, The Bear will come up first. It's just that simple. From WQBR.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing, and you're listening to LHU Athletics on the Bear Country Sports Network, the official radio partner of Haven Athletics. Be sure to tune in all year long as we bring you a great lineup of games, matches, and more.
About 15 minutes before we get this match started, Lock Haven and Central Michigan, the first Lock Haven University wrestling duel of the year on the Bear Country Sports Network. Sam Cooperman and John Conklin here with you as Lock Haven is set to face its first MAC foe of the season. Lock Haven has joined the Mid-American Conference as a wrestling-only school, and it comes as the EWL, John, has merged with the MAC to make this 15-team super conference, and the biggest thing that allows these MAC teams to do is have more cracks at a spot at Nationals. Last year, Lock Haven really had to scrap at the EWL tournament just to get its guys to Nationals, whereas now a little more wiggle room there, and there's a good chance for a lot of these guys to represent the conference. What do you make of this shift that puts Lock Haven in this new spot?
I absolutely love it. I mean, EWL, the history with EWL and all the schools, and just with the way the wrestling is going nationally, some of those programs drop down to D2. They lost some of those programs, so they were limited when they got to the tournament there. Most of the weights were you had to win. You had to win the championship. Well, sometimes there was a couple, really solid wrestlers there, or something would happen and a wrestler would get knocked off and they wouldn't get the chance to go to nationals and probably deserved it. So with the MAC, like you said, they got more slots, allows more flexibility for some of the wrestlers to qualify for a trip to nationals. But just overall, just the quality of competition you got, teams like Missouri that are in the MAC. So it's just stepping up the quality of competition you're going to see throughout the dual meet season, and then once they get into that postseason as well.
And it's going to get very loud in here. The fans really starting to flock in here in bunches, including Lock Haven University President Robert Pinatello. Just saw him walk in there. Fans dressed in white taking their spots. The first match is set to start at 7 o'clock. So we're coming back shortly for that. But in the meantime, you'll hear my pre-match interview with Lock Haven head coach Scott Moore. He's ready. It's the Whiteout. Lock Haven has built this event up, and the Bald Eagles are ready to see their nationally ranked team take on the Central Michigan Chippewas here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
PSECU believes your money should stay where it belongs, with you. That's why they charge few, if any, fees. Become a member today at psecu.com. PSECU, proud sponsor of the Bald Eagles.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brew House, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
We are Chapel Physical Therapy. Shouldn't your physical therapist be as invested in your recovery as you are? Call 570-726-0331 for Chapel Physical Therapy, where you'll receive the one-on-one care you deserve. Whether your goal is to return to high-level athletics, work, lifting your child, keeping up with the grandkids, or simply bending over without pain, we're here to get you out there faster and stronger. Achieve your goals with Chapel Physical Therapy. 570-726-0331. Route 64 between Mill Hall and Lamar.
The holidays. Time for hot cocoa, mistletoe, and spreading joy. A different kind of joy. The joy of pushing your limits on snowy mornings.
You feel that, Peloton? That's greatness.
The joy of getting the right motivation when you think you can't go any further.
Don't back down now.
The joy of giving it all you've got. Until tomorrow. Because our kind of joy will keep you coming back for more.
Peloton, way to work. Great job, everybody.
This holiday, give the gift of Peloton at onepeloton.com.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win Holiday Cash Blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Joined pre-match by Scott Moore, head coach of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles, getting set to face Central Michigan in the MAC opener. What's the feeling like coming out here knowing you're in the new conference and you get to face a team that you're not as familiar with from the Western Division of the conference?
It's always fun to have a challenge to start the season as far as the dual meets go, and the Whiteout event and the opening MAC dual here at the Thomas Fieldhouse. It's just a good fit, when Central Michigan reached out and let us know that they were traveling east, and we kind of aligned our schedule to make this match possible. It was certainly exciting. We knew it was going to be challenging. We know these guys wrestle hard, well coached. So the stars aligned, and here we are getting ready to do battle.
Scott Moore joining us pre-match, and it is Central Michigan coming to town. The Chippewas are ready to go, as are your Bald Eagles. And this is a team with 4 returning national qualifiers, a lot of depth in the lineup. What do you think is your biggest strength as a team?
Well, we're pretty talented throughout the lineup. We can score points at every single weight class. We got a lot of experience. Obviously, guys that have been in these matches before, guys that have defeated top opponents, and wrestlers like these guys from Central Michigan. So other than that, home field advantage, being able to sleep in your own bed and train in your own wrestling room, those are big factors in the match as well. But ultimately, it's going to come down to who has more fight, who wrestles their positions, and who takes advantage of opportunities to score points.
Scott Moore with us pre-match, and fans are starting to file in. A lot of white shirts here for the Whiteout. What do you make of this environment that you've created over the last few years the Fieldhouse for the season opening duel?
I mean, it's a great environment. The fans are very supportive. It's something that we think is a necessary evil to get fans, to get supporters, to get the students in here, to create the environment that I know our guys can achieve the highest level of success. So this is something, with Rutgers 2 years ago, George Mason last year. Now it kind of turned the tides with the MAC rival school. I think it's a perfect fitting, but we want to pack the house in every duel, and if we can create a great experience and put out a good product, I think we're going to continue to draw in fans. And obviously this time of year there's a lot of wrestling events going on with Penn State and Central Mountain and whatnot, but ultimately we're going to continue to bring in fans and show them a good time.
Scott Moore with us pre-match. Central Michigan and Lock Haven set to begin this dual meet at the top of the hour. Which of these matchups are you most looking forward to?
All of them. All of them. You look up the lineup, there's not many of them that aren't going to be a battle. All the way from 25 is they have 9th ranked wrestler in the country, and then all the way up. There's not a guy that I don't think we can beat. But at the same time, I'm sure their coach is telling their kids the same thing. So we got to be ready. First takedown, score on top, wrestle on the edges, finish the match. I mean, that's the most important thing in these close matches is score last, defend last, hustle back to the center, all those little things that you preach with your program. And we're going to see if they're ready. Guys have been training hard. They're excited about this, and we're going to see 10 matches tonight, and we're going to find out where we're at.
Scott Moore with us pre-match. As far as starting the match, as far as the weight class thinking as to how to begin this one, they're bookended by 2 top 10 guys. How do you have this configured as to where you want to begin this match?
Well, usually it's traditional starting at 125, and Coach Borelli's been around for a long time, and I agree with him starting at 125, give the guys a good feel. That's what's going to be at the tournaments, national tournament. So that's what we're doing here tonight. We're going to get battle right away. Obviously, tough start for us, but hey, if we can come out, get a win, make some noise, be competitive, it's going to really kick off the duel in our favor.
Scott Moore with us pre-match, and it should be a good one. Lock Haven and Central Michigan tonight here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Coach, appreciate the time. Thanks for coming up to talk to us.
Yes, thank you.
First Quality in Lock Haven and McElhatton is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and McElhatton for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
An official message from Medicare.
It's open enrollment, Fred. Time to compare plans.
Oh, Alice, we're fine with what we have.
Well, that's what the Johnsons thought until they tried Medicare's new Plan Finder.
The Johnsons, huh?
We saved on our prescription costs.
And got extra benefits. Come on, Fred. Maybe we'll find something better.
Plans change every year. Use the new Plan Finder at Medicare.gov to compare health and drug plans. Open enrollment ends December 7th.
What do you know? Comparing plans really pays.
Finally, a simple way for you to put the Bear on your phone and tablet. Simple meaning Simple Radio, S-I-M-P-L-E. Go to any app store, download the Simple Radio app. It'll take about 30 seconds. When the app's installed, type in The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Don't forget the. It distinguishes us from other radio stations. That's The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Once you hear us, press the star to make us your favorite. That way, every time you hit the Simple Radio app, The Bear will come up first. It's just that simple. From WQBR.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin back with you on the Bear Country Sports Network. You hear the noise behind us at the Thomas Fieldhouse. The Lock Haven Bald Eagles are ready to take their spots beside the mat here at the Thomas Fieldhouse for the season opening duel against the Central Michigan Chippewas. Central Michigan comes out to the East Coast as Sunday they go to Ryder, another MAC team that's a wrestling-only school, and they're another top 25 team. It'll be a busy weekend for Central Michigan, but Lock Haven looking to start the dual meet schedule with a bang here tonight against Central Michigan. Going through the lineups here, John, and we don't know for certain, but it seems likely that Lock Haven at 125 will have Luke Warner going, junior from Bethlehem, and he nearly made nationals last year, but Warner will go against the 9th-ranked 125 wrestler Drew Hildebrandt. That's a matchup I know personally I'm very excited for. What do you make of the opening match in tonight's contest?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great matchup. Hildebrandt is just a solid wrestler. I mean, looking back at his results from last year, he had he was 20-10 coming out of last season, but several of his losses were to top 10 wrestlers, and he also had a couple victories against top 10 wrestlers. So just all around very solid. Obviously, that's reflected in the number 9 ranking this year. But Warner, I think, is up to the task, and it's just going to be a barn burner, I think.
Warner, the reigning MAC Eastern Wrestler of the Week. He went 5-0 at the Matttown Open. Warner, we weren't sure if he'd redshirt this year or not. Initially, that was potentially something that would happen, and he's still listed as an or could potentially be Dalton Rohrbaugh going tonight. But if it is Warner and Hildebrandt would be a really strong way to start this thing off, and also important for the team score if Warner can hang with them and potentially pull an upset, or even if he doesn't, at least keep it at bay there. That factors into the team scoring. 133, Lock Haven should have DJ Feldman, the 22nd ranked wrestler in the country. He's gotten off to a slow start here, John. You mentioned that he's 6-5 on the year, and he's set to square off against Brock Bergelin, 7-7 wrestler out of Wisconsin for Central Michigan. What does Feldman need to do to kind of get back on track here?
I just think Feldman needs to wrestle his match. He just needs to get in, force the action, go right at him, be aggressive. Obviously can't be tentative, especially starting out a little slow like that. I think it's just coming out and being aggressive.
That's certainly the case in DJ Feldman, guy who led the team in wins last year. Made it to Nationals, and he won some matches at Nationals as well. Upset Chaz Tucker from Cornell last year at Nationals. He was able to make some things happen. And looking through the 141 matchup, you'll have 2 nationally ranked guys. Kyle Shoop for Lock Haven, the reigning All-American, goes against Dresden Simon, redshirt junior from Dansville, Michigan. He's a guy that Coach Borelli is really excited about. And Lock Haven Shoop, he's got to come ready after doing very well in the Navy Classic to begin his slate.
Yeah, I think, Shoop has another tough opponent there coming out, nationally ranked. But hopefully we can see the Shoop that we saw last year. He can come out, rack up some points, maybe get some bonus points here from a team score perspective, help the Bald Eagles out as they try to win this match.
Lock Haven and Central Michigan, some pretty untested guys relatively. Brock Port for Lock Haven is set to be in the lineup tonight at 149. Redshirt sophomore from Belfont. He goes against Corbin Munson, redshirt freshman from Chelsea, Michigan, who's 9-5. And Port, a local guy, you imagine a lot of fans will be here to support him. And that should make for an exciting matchup at the 149 spot, John.
Yeah, he's a solid wrestler as well, out of Belfont, like you said, local kid. So, he might get some little bit of juice from the home crowd, and, who knows what can happen. So I'm anxious to see what he can do.
Lock Haven heavily favored at the 157 spot. Alex Clucker, ranked 16th in the nation. Last year he got off to a slow start. This year the opposite, 10-2 for the Summerdale, Pennsylvania native. 2-time qualifier, looking to take the next step this year and get some wins at Nationals. Logan Parks is his opponent. 165, Lock Haven goes Austin Bell, who's 7-3. The Pittsburgh transfer goes against Tracy Hubbard, a redshirt freshman from Macomb, Michigan, for Central Michigan. Lock Haven Bald Eagles come out right now, John, and this crowd is pumped up. You're someone that back in the day, you were here watching Lock Haven, and when Penn State would come to town and there'd be some a crazy environment, and you're seeing that here. What do you make of this crowd tonight?
Yeah, honestly, I got hair standing up because it just reminds me of being a kid back in the day. The glory days of LHU wrestling and seeing the big crowds, and it's just reminiscent of that, and it's awesome to see that the program's back on the rise, as they say, and it's bringing this crowd in, and it's like the Bald Eagles of old here.
Everyone's to the side of the mat, and lineups are being announced. We'll go through the Rest of the lineups here. 174, Jake Lowell for Central Michigan, 0-3. He goes against Lock Haven's experienced senior, Jared Segrist, who's been in the lineup for several years. The guys are shaking hands in the middle right now. 125 is where they start. We mentioned that's the Warner-Hildebrandt matchup. Yep. 184, Lock Haven, 14th ranked Corey Hazel, Penns Valley High School graduate. He's 5-3 on the year. He'll look to knock off Ben Cushman, a guy you talked about earlier, John. What do you know about Cushman? It's a name you said you've heard before. He'll go against Hazel.
You know, I don't have a whole lot of details, Dad. I'm familiar with the name. So assuming he's going to bring some fight to the match here against Hazel as a redshirt freshman coming in. Obviously, that's a big jump to come into the college level. But Hazel, you know, I'm assuming Hazel will win, but I think it's going to be a tough match for him. I really do.
Never know what can happen once they go out there and put the headgear on. 197, Lock Haven goes Parker McClellan, sophomore from Altoona, who's at 6-5 at the moment. He takes on what looks like it'll be Landon Pelham from Tecumseh, Michigan, 7-5 on the year. And to round it out, it's Matt Stencyl, the reigning All-American for Central Michigan, Trey Hartsock for Lock Haven. And you hear Kyle Shoop chants the Shoop, and you elongate that. And he's really been a crowd favorite for Lock Haven, an All-American from last year. But that Stencyl-Hartsock matchup, John, that's the one where Lock Haven at the end of the matchup, ideally you want to put it away before that one.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I hate to put a match in the books before it starts. You know, Hartsock's a solid wrestler. I've watched him the whole way through high school, and he was over at Mifflin County. But Stencil's just, you know, top 10 in the country. And Hartsock just needs to not give up any bonus points in that one, wrestle a tough match, and help LHU's chances here pulling out a victory against Central Michigan.
The remainder of the lineups being announced here at the Lock Haven University Wrestling dual meet opener against the Central Michigan Chippewas. It's the Whiteout, and we're bringing it to you on the Bear Country Sports Network. When we come back, it's the opening bout, 125, Luke Warner for Lock Haven against the 9th-ranked wrestler in the country, Drew Hildebrandt, representing Central Michigan. The dual meet begins. The MAC Conference opener for Lock Haven begins on the Bear Country Sports Network. We're coming right back.
This holiday, do you want a gift or do you want a wow? At Ulta Beauty, we make wowing easy with gorgeous gift sets. Spread holiday cheer with the Morphe 12-piece eye brush collection. Get major Mary points from Mini but Mighty Lip Kits from Kylie Cosmetics and MAC. And treat your nice list to skincare sets from Kiehl's and Mario Badescu. Plus, treat yourself to easy shopping when you buy online and pick up in store. It's free. Shop now, wow later, and get ready to give, gather, and glow. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win Holiday Cash Blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win. The Bear Country Christmas Wish is now a 501c3 charity registered with the Internal Revenue Service. That means every dollar you give us to help us provide gifts for kids or help for those in need year-round is tax deductible. We document our spending in accordance with IRS rules on a yearly basis as required. You can have confidence that when you support us, you support our area. It's documented. Give what you can today. Bear Country Christmas Wish, Box 99, Avis, PA 17721. With your help, we can bring smiles this holiday season. Thank you.
Lock Haven University, unrivaled in quality, affordability, and value. At the Haven, you are uniquely you. With real-world experience in your major as early as your freshman year, you'll unlock a world of opportunities alongside our experienced faculty who know your name. There is plenty to do, all while providing outstanding academic programs and a culture where learning is always the priority. For more information on how you can soar higher at the Haven, visit lockhaven.edu.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brewhouse, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more. This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more. WQBR, Avis, Williamsport, State College, your home for LHU athletics.
Anthem has been sung. We're ready for some Lock Haven University wrestling on the Bear Country Sports Network. Sam Cooperman and John Conklin with you here at the Thomas Fieldhouse in Lock Haven. We start the dual meet against Central Michigan at 125, where Lock Haven brings Luke Warner out to battle nationally ranked Drew Hildebrandt in this one. And, John, you mentioned it, that Hildebrandt went 20-10 last year, national qualifier, and he didn't lose to anybody that was a slouch. He's a tough kid, and he comes in this year 11-1, and Warner is immediately tested to start the season.
Yeah, I think this, like we said before, this is going to be just a really good one to get this thing going. Two very solid wrestlers. I think even Hildebrandt with the top 10 ranking here isn't unbeatable for sure for Warner. Warner coming in, I think he could surprise some people. Certainly would kickstart this match, to get a big victory out of the gate against a top 10 opponent. So I'm excited to see what this match brings.
Lock Haven and Central Michigan going at it. Lock Haven, a new member of the MAC Conference. 15 members now in the MAC make it the second largest conference in NCAA Division I wrestling, just behind the Big Ten. Warner wearing the crimson and gray singlet on the right side. On the left in the maroon and gold, it is Drew Hildebrandt. Start things off, 3 minutes. Opening period here. Just sizing each other up right now, John. Imagine just the first match. You're the first guys out there. You got to set the tone here.
Yep. Yeah, especially in this environment. So, like you said, they're feeling each other out here in the center of the mat and tying up, trying to set up their shot.
25 seconds gone by. The setup still going on. Luke Warner last year was close to qualifying. In his career, he's won 71 matches, but finished second in the EWLs last year. That's one of the big advantages to moving on to the MAC. Lock Haven now has a little more wiggle room as Warner tries a shot. Fended off by Hildebrandt as they circle back to the middle. Opening minute of the first. Lock Haven Central Michigan, the 125 bout, leads us off. Scott Moore and Tom Borelli, both traditionalists, keeping it 125 all the way to 285. Luke Warner trying to keep this close against Hildebrandt. Tried to go for the right leg, couldn't get it there.
Yeah, he's Warner's forcing the action here so far. Hildebrandt just wrestling defensively. Referee for tonight's match, I see Randy Brungard out there, local guy, local attorney. Long time, well-known name in the wrestling circles here locally.
Halfway through the first period, nobody's gotten a shot in, still 0-0 in the opening bout. Warner tries to go, and he misses, and now Hildebrandt trying to get on top of him. He's got his hands on top of Warner's head, and just eyeing each other down here early,
Yep.
John.
Yeah, that's what happened, in these collegiate-level wrestlers, especially two really good ones. There's a lot of, I guess to the untrained eye would be non-action, but really it's just two guys that know what they're doing, trying to set each other up. Both of them know how to defend everything that's coming to them. So just looking for that opportunity to score some points here, and that's what we're seeing so far as they circle in the middle of the mat.
It's a deafening silence of sorts in the Thomas Fieldhouse. Now Warner gets a shot in right to the body, but Hildebrandt with a good recovery. They're both on their knees, and nothing happens in the middle. Warner was so close to wrapping him up. Hildebrandt seems to have a great deal of length here.
Yeah, he sprawled back there. You're right. With the length, that's huge in wrestling, being able to defend these shots and get out of some precarious situations. So Hildebrandt showing a little bit of why he's as highly ranked as he is. just out of the gate with his defensive wrestling.
Under 30 to go in the first. 0-0. Warner tries a shot. He gets the right leg of Hildebrandt, and he flip him over the back and get two. Warner will try to move his head around, and he brings him down for a second. Warner cannot garner control. Warner in a good attacking spot. Has to be careful, and there's the two. Luke Warner scores the first points of the dual meet season. 2-0. He's on top of number 9, Drew Hildebrandt, to end the first. Warner, a lot of watching and then eventually doing. He saw his shot and he took it.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, that was big at the end of the period there. Be able to come away with 2 points. College wrestling, comes down to rotting time in certain situations, but every point is huge, and that was big to get those two before the end of the period.
Warner is on top to start the second here at 125. Tom Borelli instructed his nationally ranked wrestler, Drew Hildebrandt, to take bottom. He does and gets up and out in 6 seconds to earn an escape point. It's 2-1 Warner for Lock Haven. Warner, junior from Bethlehem, trying to upset Hildebrandt, nationally ranked wrestler, to kick things off in this Lock Haven Central Michigan bout.
Yeah, Warner coming out of Bethlehem Liberty. His coach there was former Bald Eagle Jody Karam down at Bethlehem Liberty. So Lock Haven connection. I'm not sure that's why he ended up here or not, but the Karam brothers were big back in the day when we used to see crowds like this at every match. And like I said earlier, it's just great to see the program back to the status that it is.
Lock Haven at last year's Whiteout, a victory over George Mason, had over 2,500 fans. We don't have an official count tonight, but it's pretty similar to what they had last year just from the eye test.
Yeah.
A lot of white shirts in the crowd. Hildebrandt takes a shot at Warner's right leg on the near side of the mat, but Warner fights him off well and slides out of play. Nothing doing, still 2-1.
That was great defensive wrestling there from Warner to fight off that shot from Hildebrandt, be able to get out of bounds and keep the score 2-1.
It's remarkable to think that Coach Moore almost redshirted Warner this year. Now he's out there battling a top 10 guy in the country and is up 2-1 in the waning seconds of the second period. Just 40 to go in the second at 125 in the opening bout.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That was the first I'd heard there recently about even the thought of redshirting. So selfishly, I'm glad to see him out in the mat. Just that he's going to be a solid addition there to the lineup. I think score some points at nationals. So that would be the expectation anyway. So it's great to see him out there and up 2-1 here against the top 10 rated wrestler, first dual meet of the season.
A lot of hand fighting in the middle. Final 10 seconds at 125 in the second. 2-1 Warner. He got a takedown late in the first. Hildebrandt got up to start the second. That's all we have as far as points, and that's all we will have heading into the third and final period. 2-1 Luke Warner.
And so he took neutral. Warner took neutral. That's an interesting choice.
Riding time not a factor, just 16 seconds of that accumulated for Warner after that takedown, bridging the end of the first and beginning of the second. Stride for stride with Hildebrandt right now of Central Michigan, trying to avoid what will be his second loss of the year.
Yeah, it looked like he's trying to set up another shot here. Obviously, he's confident to pick neutral, confident on his feet here to start the third up by a point. He's certainly not taking a defensive stance here. He's going to try to set up a shot and get another takedown here.
Just a minute 30 to go in this 125 bout. Instructions from both sides. Warner last year spent some time in the national rankings, didn't make it to nationals, but he hopes to make the trip to Minneapolis this year. This would be a great way to start that off. Just
Absolutely.
a minute 15 to go in the third. Side to side they go right now. What do you think they're thinking right now, John?
Well, I think both of them are thinking they want to score some points. Obviously, Hildebrandt wants to get that shot to take the lead, and Warner wants to get those 2 points to kind of seal the deal here in the third period, potentially. But they're locked up there on the edge of the mat right at the moment, about ready to go off the mat.
Warner
so there they
just off the mat. 44 seconds to go, and claps from the Lock Haven fans who appreciate some good wrestling. They were slipping and sliding around, but Warner able to keep his lower body strength there to fend off Hildebrandt. Just about 30 seconds to go. Warner leads 2-1 still, trying to get what will be a massive victory for Lock Haven to begin this dual meet. Just 30 seconds to go in the 125 matchup. DJ Feldman takes the mat next for Lock Haven.
Stall warning against Warner.
Warner tries to push Hildebrand out right in front of us here.
So he did back up there, got the stall warning, so he's got to be careful with that, here in the last 16 seconds.
That is the case. Warner has to avoid what would be a costly penalty and send this one to overtime. Hildebrand takes a shot that Warner slides back. They go down, and Hildebrand gets a late takedown, barely in play, but Hildebrand is up 3-2 with 2 seconds to go. So a crushing takedown.
I think trying to get an extra second on the clock over there is Scott Moore. Sounded like he was.
It did seem like some time slipped off. It seemed like that takedown, at least from where our vantage point is, happened in about 5 seconds, and that's what our official puts back on the clock. Warner is down 3-2. If he gets an escape in 5 seconds, he can send this thing to overtime.
Caution on Hildebrand.
Warner tries to get up. Hildebrand sticks on top of him.
He's got
Warner.
the legs in. It's going to be tough to get out, and he's unable to.
Warner's still trying to get up. Hildebrand doesn't know this thing's over.
It's over, yeah.
He won't get off of him.
So that's just that's a crushing defeat there at the last 5 seconds. Hildebrand, number 9, over Warner.
Hildebrand went to shake Warner's hand, and Warner wasn't having any of it. Hildebrand kept him down there for a little bit of time. That was iffy. It's 3-0 Central Michigan as Luke Warner loses 3-2 here.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker.
Lock Haven down 3-0 in the dual meet, but it's early. We go to 133 where Lock Haven should have a nice spot here. Brock Berglund on the other end, redshirt sophomore for Central Michigan out of Denmark, Wisconsin. Lock Haven with DJ Feldman, 2-time national qualifier. Last year was able to upset Chaz Tucker in Pittsburgh, and now he comes out nationally ranked to begin the year on the right side in the crimson and gray singlet.
So, yeah, we need to see Feldman, like we said, started off the season a little slow. First tournament of the year, coming in, 6-5, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, we need to see him get back to the form that he was in last year, and hopefully it'd be nice to get some a win for sure, but some bonus points would be just absolutely fantastic.
3-2 Warner hung with Hildebrand. That was a crushing defeat, but as far as the team score is concerned, not the worst thing in the world. You just take 3 points down as opposed to any bonus points. As Berglund tries to get his hands around Feldman, just in back of the Bald Eagle logo here.
So, yeah, they're locked up there in the middle. Once again, feeling each other out, trying to work those shots. This is Brock Berglund, redshirt sophomore, coming in. So Feldman, they're locked up in the middle here, front headlock.
Feldman now goes for a shot, but Berglund has some size on DJ, and he's able to push him back, and they stay in the middle. Opening minute at 1:33. DJ Feldman last year led Lock Haven in wins. He's at 94 in his career. And Berglund goes low. Feldman torpedoes up and stays on his feet. That was some discipline by Feldman to avoid being taken down.
Some body control right there.
Minute and a half to go in the first period at 1:33. Lock Haven and Central Michigan each have ranked guys coming up after this. It'll be exciting to have Kyle Shoop back in the Thomas Fieldhouse. But right now, DJ Feldman trying to even the team score. Currently, Lock Haven down 3-0 to Central Michigan.
And once again, deafening silence here, this capacity crowd in Thomas Fieldhouse. Everybody waiting for some action. There's a shot.
There's a takedown. 2 for the takedown. DJ Feldman on top of Berglund, riding time on. Brock Berglund, the redshirt sophomore. Now is DJ Feldman utilizing that experience.
So he's got the leg in, trying to get that leg in. Now he's trying to work that far side.
Feldman keeping control right in the middle of the mat on Brock Berglund, who's 7-7 on the year for Central Michigan. Feldman ranked 22nd in the nation for Lock Haven. 2-0 lead early. 30 seconds to go in the first. He's ridden Berglund for the last 40 seconds. He'll try to keep that the remainder of the first.
Yep, so Feldman with the left leg in, trying to work that, either a tilt or try to set up a cradle there to get some back points, get some exposure there. So he continues to work, not able to lock anything up yet. Has him down on the mat, continuing to accumulate that riding time. He's over a minute now.
Now there's just 3 seconds to go in the first. DJ Feldman rides out the first after getting on top of Berglund and taking him down. 2-0 DJ Feldman after 1. And the instructions have been given out from the Central Michigan side. Berglund, see what he decides to take. He does go down. Feldman begins the second on top, and will try to keep Berglund pressed to the mat.
Yep, he seemed to be pretty dominant in riding him there at the end after that takedown in the first period, so we'll see if he can continue that in a second. Got the right leg in now.
Feldman drives him down, keeps his lower body on top of Berglund. He's got to swim his way out of this one. 1:45 to go in the second. Berglund has his side up. His right knee is still on the ground. And question is, can the redshirt sophomore for Central Michigan prop his way up? Lockhaven down 3-0 in this dual meet. Second weight class. Lost the 3-2 decision at 125. Luke Warner nearly upset the 9th-ranked wrestler in the country in Drew Hildebrandt, but just could not. 1:20 in this one in the second. Feldman remains on top of Berglund.
Yeah, so he's working that left leg, trying to get him, in a position where he can get back exposed, get some back points. Randy Brungard calls a stalemate there. So, wasn't there no stalling, obviously, but there was, kind of stopped from getting into a scoring combination. So Randy Brungard stops the action and restarts him in the middle of the mat.
1:07 to go in the second, and I have to redo this one.
There's a caution on Feldman.
Feldman trying to get right. 2-time national qualifier. Beginning of the season, ranked as high as 8th, but he's down to 22 at a 6-5 record right now. Keeps his weight pressed on top of Berglund. Berglund nearly flips up and out of it, and now he is up.
There's a reversal.
They give him the reversal. He got over Feldman. They're tied at 2, out to the outside of the mat with 50 to go in the second.
So, yeah, he got a little high there, got a little careless. Berglund made him pay for it.
45 to go in the second. DJ Feldman trying to keep him down the entirety of the second. He has over 2 minutes of riding time, but Berglund now is on top and can lessen that in the final 45 seconds of the second. I guess Central Michigan's decision to keep Berglund down ends up working out all right.
So, yeah, Feldman working up from the bottom position, trying to get that escape, trying to get up out of there, and he does.
Feldman is up 3-2. Do want to apologize. This is an error on my part. Devin Perez is the guy who Feldman's wrestling after all. When they say the or on the match card, you never know who they're going to put. It seemed like it would be Berglund, but it is Perez after all. Apologize about that. It's 3-2 for DJ Feldman right now after he gets up on the escape, and he tries to flip over Perez, but Perez is to the side of him. They're in a tough position, but Feldman wraps him up from behind with 4 to go in the second. It's 5-2 DJ Feldman of Lockhaven to close out the second. They move the score down to 4, which is interesting. It looked like he had 3 on the escape and then 2 for the takedown, and they put it back at 5.
Yep, and 1:50 riding time, so, if he can keep that, not get ridden here for 50 seconds, he's got another point built in there with the riding time.
5-2 for Feldman, looking to move to 7-5 and even this match score. Lockhaven down 3-0 to Central Michigan at the moment. Feldman using his arms to just propel himself up. Ridden by Devin Perez, probably introduce him. 3-4, Davidson, Michigan native. He lets Feldman up, 6-2. DJ Feldman up by 4 points, 1.5 to go.
So you probably see Perez try to open it up here to get back in this, down 4, down on the riding time as well. So maybe Feldman can get an opportunity to, get a big move here and get some back points and, possibly some bonus points on the for the dual meet score.
A lot of hand fighting right now with just 1:15 to go. Feldman avoids Perez's shot. And now he goes himself.
Nice double leg.
And he gets takedown. 8-2 off the double leg, like you said, John. Feldman on top of Perez. 6-point lead. Can try to accumulate some bonus points potentially at this rate. The redshirt senior putting in work right now.
Yep, he's got like a bow and arrow type thing there, trying to get the tilt.
Feldman keeping his left arm tucked underneath Perez, who's now in some trouble.
Crossface, trying to get that crossface tilt going and expose the back, get some back points. Up 6 here, 7 with the riding time. So even 2 back points will give him that major decision.
Now he gets shoulder blade down for a second, but Perez fights out of it. He knows the situation.
There he goes. It looks like he has exposure now.
Close on the right side of the mat.
There
he gets shoulder blade down. They're counting back points. DJ Feldman can earn a bonus point.
Randy Brungard says no back. 1, 2. That looks like 3. There we go. So it looks like we got 2, at least 2 back, 3 back. We're saying 4 back holding. So looks like we're going to get a major decision here.
That is massive. DJ Feldman able to flip the tide of this match with a 12-2 major. Lock Haven's 22nd ranked wrestler. 12-2 major decision. We come back 13 with the riding time. Come back for 141 in a moment on the Bear Country Sports Network.
The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing, and you're listening to LHU Athletics on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Sam Cooperman and John Conklin back with you at the Thomas Fieldhouse. Kyle Shoop is Lock Haven's wrestler around at 141 right now. Lock Haven up 4-3 in the dual meet after the DJ Feldman major decision. Ended up being 13-2 over his counterpart, Devin Perez. Right now it's Shoop against Dresden Simon, 141 wrestler for Central Michigan. Kyle Shoop, back-to-back times he's led the nation in Tech Falls, and reigning All-American here, John. Shoop trying to set things up early here.
Yeah, I expect a good match here. Simon is ranked number 23 here, redshirt junior, so 2 nationally ranked wrestlers. We all know what Shoop can do. I think he led the nation in Tech Falls there the last 2 seasons, All-American last year as well. So I think this is going to be an exciting one. Looking for a high-scoring match here. Hopefully Shoop can show us his patented tilt and get some of those back points and get some more bonus points for the team.
2 very long guys at 141. Nothing doing yet. Shoop trying to set up his tilt in the middle of the mat. Some hand fighting going on. Shoop wearing the crimson and gray singlet for Lock Haven. Central Michigan has the names in the back of their singlet. Simon gets the left leg of Shoop, but he stays up for a moment. Shoop flips over, and Simon gets on top of him, and he has 2 for a takedown. Big start for Dresden Simon of Central Michigan. He rides on top of Kyle Shoop. Usually you get the other way around in a Kyle Shoop match, but stands on his legs, and Simon lets him up for 2-1.
Let's hope Shoop can counter that, come back with a shot of his own there and get in control, be able to do what he does best, which is ride on top and score some points from the top position.
Kyle Shoop and Dresden Simon. Shoop at the Navy Classic began his season a couple weeks ago, went 4-1 there to take 2nd place. Only loss was to nationally ranked Josh Heil out of Campbell. 50 seconds to go here in the first. Trying to set up their tilts, and Simon's a guy that was at 149 last year, and Coach Tom Borelli for Central Michigan is very high on him, expects him to really break through this year in his redshirt junior year, go to the tournament, a place where Shoop's already been a few times.
Yeah, you mentioned Shoop, his loss there to Josh Heil, whose brother Dean Heil was a couple-time All-American there, and coached there. Josh Heil coached down at Campbell by former 2-time national champ for LHU, Kerry Colott. So talk about another program on the rise, that would be Campbell. There's another shot, another takedown from Simon. So we got 4-1 here. Simon coming in, surprising some people. We knew he was a solid wrestler, but to be up 4-1 here against Shoop is a little bit surprising.
Shoop taken down and pressed down for a moment. 24 seconds of riding time in this first for Simon. Not the way Shoop drew it up to begin this matchup. 2 seconds left in the first. Kyle Shoop will have to rebound here against Central Michigan's nationally ranked 141-pounder. Stays on top. Keeps him down for a couple more seconds. 25 seconds of riding time. Dresden Simon, 10-4 on the year. And he lost 11-8 in the dual meet against Michigan. Central Michigan 0-1 as a team. Lost 22-12 at nationally ranked Michigan. right before Thanksgiving. Shoop on top to begin the second. Simon slides out quickly. That was a nifty maneuver to make it 5-1. Kyle Shoop for Lock Haven down 4, and a big whiff by him on an attempted shot. Simon looking really good after 1 period and 15 seconds into the second, but Shoop twists around towards the middle, tries to get behind Simon. He cannot, and he's slammed down. 2 for another takedown, 7-1. This place is silent.
Yeah, this was certainly unexpected here. It looks like we got some blood. Randy Brungard stops the match here for some blood time, so maybe give Shoop a little time to go over and regroup, get some instruction, try to get back in this match, down 6.
Kyle Shoop, the reigning All-American for Lock Haven last year, finished 7th at 141 as a redshirt junior. Ronnie Perry, Lock Haven's former national finalist, now an assistant coach on the team and head coach of the women's wrestling program, trying to pump Shoop up right now. Lock Haven as a team is up 4-3 over Central Michigan. This is Lock Haven's welcome to the Mid-American Conference, the MAC. Shoop down, and 29 seconds of riding time already for Dresden's Simon. Wait for
we got some clock issues here.
Randy Brungard to set this thing up, and now the clock is flashing, which is never ideal. 7-1, though. What is Simon doing to really dominate Shoop right now?
He's just setting up those shots, getting some easy shots in there. I'm not really sure. He's keeping him off balance. Shoop just doesn't look like he's on his game so far, giving up some of those easy shots and getting taken down. And so he's used to getting that takedown, then being able to get some back points, and he just hasn't been able to get in that top position yet. So hopefully he can turn this thing around. Hopefully we can get these technical issues worked out with the clock. But either way, giving both wrestlers, I guess, a chance to get some catch their breath, and hopefully that benefits Shoop here to try to get back in this thing.
Well, the clock is still flashing. Friendly reminder as the cheerleaders display some of their moves while we get this clock fixed. Friendly reminder, next week we'll be here at this time, but not right here. We'll be down at Red Lion High School for the Rumble in the Jungle, Lock Haven and Navy. 7 o'clock start from there. And, John, I know you'll be down there with me. Looking forward to broadcasting it there with you. And it'll be your first time at the Rumble in the Jungle. Last year, Lock Haven upset Arizona State there when they were ranked 12th at Red Lion High School, and over 2,700 fans attended. If you can't make the trip down to the District 3 area, listen in here. 7 o'clock start. Coverage begins at 6:30.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I was not down there last year, but I did watch the video. Looked like a really, really cool environment. A lot of people. Good matchup last year, obviously. Bald Eagles were able to come out with the victory. This year they got Navy coming in, which is always a tough squad. So I'm expecting another, really good dual meet. So, yeah, it should be exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
And if we want to keep the theme of Lock Haven alumni coaching at opposing schools, former Lock Haven All-American Dan Neff is on the Navy staff, makes that an accessible meetup between these two teams. Navy tonight is hosting Maryland, and as you can imagine, since we're not talking about wrestling ongoing, this clock issue is still a problem. And we can only speculate as to what's going down in front of us. But we're at 141. Kyle Shoop in a major hole, 7-1. And you imagine at least this is an advantage for Shoop that this thing is going on, John. Because
I would think so.
He was looking absolutely crushed by Dresden Simon. His game plan seemed to be working out. He was allowing Shoop to get up and throwing him right back down like a rag doll. But now Shoop has a few minutes to circle around and get his thoughts in his head.
Exactly. I think mentally, obviously physically, he has what it takes to win this match. He might have had a different game plan that wasn't working out for him. So you're exactly correct. That at least it gives him a chance to kind of think about things, think about what he wants to do, game plan wise, to get back in this.
And the crowd of, say, roughly 2,500. That's what it was last year, and stands seem similarly packed. That crowd is anxiously waiting. We're at 1:30 on the clock now, and now the score isn't what it needs to be on the clock right in front of us.
And I think they had to reset the entire thing, get the score back up there and the clock to where it was when it went haywire.
After this, Lock Haven goes to the 149 bout with Brock Port taking the mat for LHU. Corbin Munson, Central Michigan opponent. Wrestlers back down. Shoop in the middle on his knees, trying to get up from Dresden Simon's grasp. Gets halfway up, and Simon flings him down. And now Shoop unlocks Simon's arms for the escape. It's 7-2. Minute and change to go in the
right
second.
In on the leg again.
Yeah, Simon takes him down.
Just giving up that leg so easily. Seems to be so out of character for Shoop. Not sure what's going on.
9-2, he's down. It's not great for Kyle Shoop. Got second in the Navy Classic a few weeks ago, and they're out of play right in front of us with a minute to go in the second. Tom Borelli out near the edge of the circle right now, coaching up Dresden Simon.
Yeah,
Imagine he watched a lot of Kyle Shoop film, and this is a crucial match for him, and not only for this dual meet, but for him, and he's trying to prop himself up in the rankings.
Absolutely.
Knocking off the number 12 guy will do that.
Yeah, definitely. I think, that's good for him. He came in. He's able to, have a 9-2 lead here on Shoop, but just does not look like the Kyle Shoop that I saw at the end of last season, giving up those easy takedowns. So hopefully he can get it straightened out, not only here and for this match, but going forward, because get back to his old form.
Combination of Kyle Shoop not being in form and this clock continuing to go awry is what we have here. We've had the last 30 seconds of this thing stopped, and it's got to be frustrating for both of these guys. Simon keeps slapping his right arm, and everyone's saying, let's go. And
yeah, I know this is clock operators' worst nightmare. I know from working several years down at the PIAA state tournament, the last thing you want is to be the focus of anybody's attention operating that clock. So hopefully they can get that straightened out.
Yeah, it's true in any sport. I have a friend that's operated basketball clocks before, and he's had some troubles in crucial moments, but this one's back up and running. Shoop down. Simon continues to fling him around, and he accumulates him a back point for a second, but Shoop got up quickly at least, but he's now out for an escape. He tries a shot, fended off by Simon. It's 9-3, 40 to go in the second.
Shoop needs to keep that leg back, not give up another takedown like that again, but force the action here to try to get some points to get back in this. One thing with Shoop being down 6 points here in the second period, he's certainly a guy that's capable of scoring a lot of points very quickly if he can get back to what he does best, which would start here with him getting a takedown.
Kyle Shoop, career 112 wins at Lock Haven University, Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania native. Fights off a Simon attempted shot to the right side of the mat. They prance back to the middle with 5 on the second period clock. It's been the longest second period you can imagine with a couple of clock errors, but it's one that Dresden Simon has got to be pleased with. 9-3, Central Michigan's number 23 ranked wrestler on top of Lock Haven's number 12, and they begin the third in neutral.
Yeah, it makes sense that Simon would take neutral. He certainly doesn't want to be on the bottom. Let Shoop do what he does best. So he's been successful in the neutral position so far, so that makes sense. He's in on another shot, has the leg again. Shoop trying to fight this one off. He's got the underhooks in. He's in a bad spot, though. Another takedown.
Yep, 11-3. Kyle Shoop's right leg was held and thrown down by Dresden Simon, and Shoop is looking pretty defeated right now, and he knows Simon's about to let him up, and he does. 11-4, and Shoop can't fight off this takedown. This is frustrating for the Lock Haven crowd. 13-4. This could be bonus points for Central Michigan and a major flip of the script in the match. Still a minute 15 to go in the third, but Kyle Shoop has not looked great tonight. Lock Haven nearly got 125. That was a close one. 3-2 Luke Warner lost. 133 DJ Fellman earned a major decision, but it looks like Central Michigan will be back on top after 141 here.
And these are those matches within duels that, change the expectations of what you're going in. Certainly have a big effect on the final score. But hopefully LHU can come back and have, maybe some big wins the other direction and try to get back in this. But this was one that they were certainly expecting on their side of the ledger that, could end up being bonus points on the other side.
Kyle Shoop down 13-5. He tries a shot, but Simon was able to get on top of him and bring him back down. 15-5 and a couple back points as well. 17-5, just about 30 seconds to go. Kyle Shoop.
18 with the riding time. and he's trying to get some more back points here. So Shoop's just, I don't know, not looking like the Shoop of old for sure.
Yeah, and close to back points. And if Kyle Shoop gets tech fall, that's the exact opposite of what you expect to see on a night like this. And credit to Dresden Simon. He's looked spectacular tonight.
Absolutely.
Moving every which way.
Assistant coach Ben Bennett over there for Central Michigan. He's a big name in the sport, 4-time All-American. He's out there giving him some encouragement here in the last 15 seconds. So obviously they came in with the right game plan against returning All-American Shoop, and it's going to be a major decision victory for Central Michigan here.
Last year, Kyle Shoop was able to earn a tech fall in this environment in the whiteout. This year it goes a major decision for Dresden Simon of Central Michigan, as Lock Haven now finds itself down in the dual meet score as it goes 7-4 Central Michigan with 4 points for that 18-5 major decision.
As demoralizing as that was, I have no doubt that Shoop's going to take that as an opportunity. The good wrestlers do that. They take those losses and they bounce back and they learn from them. And I have no doubt we're going to see the Shoop that we saw last year at some point, despite what we just saw out there right now.
Well, Lock Haven has a good opportunity to rebound. And how about a local guy to do it? Brockport, 5-2 on the year, 149-pounder. And Belfont trots out there. On the right side, he goes up against Corbin Munson, redshirt freshman from Chelsea, Michigan. Lock Haven down 7-4 as a team. Tries to rebound here with Brockport, who saw time in the lineup late in the season last year. He was third place in the EWL, and between him and Austin Wilson, both options at 149. Port attempts a shot. Munson fends him off.
Yeah, Corbin Munson actually had a victory in the dual meet against Michigan, so coming in off of a big victory in a match against a Big Ten opponent. So certainly no slouch. The 4-3 victory over Ben Lamontia of Michigan. So, but in order for LHU to get back in this thing, I mean, it's 7-4, but obviously, they didn't expect to be in this position at this point in the match. So, be nice to see Brockport be able to score some points here for the Bald Eagles.
Brockport career 25-16 at the Haven, between some unattached stuff as a redshirt freshman, and then last year in the lineup a little ways. Opening minute, just some hand fighting and feeling each other out. Port trying to gain some leverage right now on the left side of the mat. Attempts a shot on the right leg, and Munson able to squirm out of it. Reaches across the mat. He's close to being out of the circle, and now they are. They'll bring him back in the middle with 1:49 to go in the first.
Yeah, Brockport, the cousin of a few-time All-American Mitchell Port, also from Belfont High School. Wrestled for Edinburgh in college there. I know he made it to the finals there at least the one year. So certainly a legacy there with the Port name in this area, in the Belfont area.
Lock Haven is a team down 7-4 right now. Wrestled 3 matches. 7 more to go in the season opening duel for the Haven. 0-0 between Port and Munson. Port for Lock Haven in that crimson and gray singlet. Was down, deadlocked with Munson, low to the ground for a moment, but they get back up with 1 minute and change to go in the first. Port tries to slide around back, gets control, and flips him over, too, for the Brockport takedown. And keeps his arms around.
Very nice duck under, get behind, down to the mat, rolled with him, got the 2 off the mat. So very nice wrestling there from Brockport.
Port now will try to ride a little ways. Still 1:01 to go in the first, but Brockport able to gain some control. This is a pivotal point in the match for Lock Haven. Bald Eagles have nationally ranked Alex Clucker on next before the 10-minute intermission. Kyle Shoop's 141 bout didn't go the way he planned, and Lock Haven now has some catching up to do, down 7-4 to Central Michigan. Port remains in control as they reach out to the left side. 22 seconds of riding time, 42 seconds to go in the first.
Yep, crowd's starting to get back into it a little bit. I think we're all still stunned to what we saw there with that Shoop match. But Port getting the crowd back into it, up 2-0 here against Central Michigan wrestler Munson.
Have to do some digging as the last time Kyle Shoop lost at home. He absolutely was dominant last year. But Port remains on top of Munson. Really good control by Brockport, the Belfont native. as they tumble, and Port maintains that control over to the right side of the mat now.
He's got the wrist, got 1 point in. Now they're off the mat.
Nice lunge from Port to keep that clock ticking. It's down to 16 seconds in the first. 2-0 Brockport lead at 1:49.
Yep. Getting some instruction there from Ronnie Perry. Assistant coach Ronnie Perry.
Lockhaven with a loaded coaching staff.
As always. It's always amazing to see some of the folks they bring in as assistant coaches and the talent they have in that corner in the wrestling room.
Port now trying to accumulate some back points in the middle. Late.
You've got to be careful, though.
Nothing ends up happening, just a minute 4. But as you mentioned, John, the fact that Port was slipping a little bit right in the middle of the mat, and if he wasn't careful, Corbin Munson might have had an opportunity for a reversal.
Reversal and potentially catch him on his back there, too. So kind of fortunate for him that the clock ran out. He was able to maintain the control and keep a 2-0 advantage going into the second.
Port on top to begin the second. He can add on to this riding time that's just over a minute. Lockhaven got a major decision in the second match at 1:33. Lost a decision at 25, and then Kyle Shoop, highest-ranked wrestler for Lockhaven, was upset at 1:41 in a major decision as Port clings to the back of Corbin Munson.
Yeah, he's controlling the. That's a stall warning on Port. He was holding the arm there, not trying to bring him back down to the mat. So that's a stall under the rules there in college wrestling.
Bring him back in the mat, the right side. Rockport had that stall warning, but maintains control. And Scott Moore trying to consult with tonight's official, Randy Broomgard, and he wanted to make sure the call is consistent on the stall. There was something he was alluding to that must have happened earlier that wasn't pleased with the stall call, or a stall that wasn't called earlier. But it's a minute 30 to go in the second. 2-0 Brockport, trying to even the match between Lockhaven and Central Michigan.
Yep, he's maintaining control in that top position there. He's got him sitting. Munson trying to sit out of this. Port's able to pull him back there, trying to actually get some exposure, get some back points. And he's getting a little bit high, so he needs to be careful that Munson doesn't pop out of there, which he looks like he's about ready to get the reversal, and there he got it.
2-2. About a minute to go in the second. Brockport mentioned at the end of the first period, John, that Brockport wasn't quite careful enough, and now there might be some back points here for Munson. Tries to keep Port down on a shoulder blade. Let's see if he got 2. And there it is. 2 more points. 4-2 riding going from Munson. Lessening Brockport's riding time, which is still at a minute 40. And
yeah, he might
try to get some more counts in here.
Definitely. Port's got to fight off of this thing. He cannot give up the 6 points here. Certainly not what the Bald Eagles need in this dual meet.
And this was very close to a fall as Munson's really propping him down in the middle. A lot of points will be going Corbin Munson's way after this concludes, but right now, Brockport just needs to stay alive late in the second. There's 10 seconds to go in the second. Lockhaven fans trying to cheer him on, but Munson props him down with the right arm, has it tucked underneath, and he's saved by the bell. That's 4 more points to make it 8-2, and a heavy advantage for Corbin Munson late in the second. Lockhaven is a team down 7-4 here, and Corbin Munson with an opportunity to further swing this one towards the Central Michigan Chippewas.
Yeah, that was obviously a big swing there. He got the reversal and gets a 2 count and a 5 count, which gave him 4. So 6 back points there following the reversal. So a huge swing in the match. Munson up 8-2 going into the third period. So we'll see if Port can get back in this thing.
Rockport trying to get himself refocused. Volunteer assistant Rob Weichel, who's been around the program a long time, gives him some last-minute instructions.
Also a Bellefonte wrestler, formerly.
Coached a little bit at Central Mountain. A lot of local ties to this Lockhaven team as they are in neutral. Port down 8-2, left side of the mat, trying to get a shot in. Running against time here. Munson with a 6-point edge. Decision here will propel Central Michigan to a 10-4 team advantage. As Munson tries to go low, Port shoulders him away, and only a minute 30 to go at 1:49.
So, yeah, Port trying to set up this shot, trying to get, obviously needs not only the takedown but some back points here with 1:18 left. Trying to work something, open something up. Now Munson in on the leg, and he takes Port down to the mat.
Trying to work on his tilt. 10-2 Corbin Munson lead. And Brock Port, who you can imagine that with the way this match has unfolded, had a lot of riding time. It's now under a minute. That's no longer a factor. Munson up 10-2, and if he can get this riding time out of there, and it seems to be all but there at this point, can ensure that he gets a major, which would give the Chippewas an additional point as a team. It's 10-2 in the match score, and Port in some trouble against Corbin Munson, the redshirt freshman for Central Michigan.
Absolutely. This is not what I was expecting, the way Port came out in the first period there, but
gets an escape.
Certainly he's not giving up. He's getting aggressive here, trying to do something at the end that's going to get the win, but just a kind of a futile shot there, and he almost had him. He had a kind of the underhooks, the elevator type thing, trying to pull that off, and that's a tough one to do, and it slipped off, and he gives up another takedown.
That's 12-3. Port in trouble. Riding time not a factor in this match, as Munson's up 9 and just remains propped on top of Brock Port. The Bellefonte native had a 2-0 lead. It's been a 12-1 run for Corbin Munson to gain control for Central Michigan, and the Chippewas.
Munson's got the half Nelson in there.
That's all she wrote. 12-3. Port goes down. Quickly send it to break and come back for 57. 11-4 in favor of Central Michigan.
The people at Kurt's Smokin' Ribs are excited and proud to support Lock Haven University Athletics, providing the area with outstanding barbecue, wood-fired pizza, wings, and more for 12 years. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, 243 Pennsylvania Avenue in Mill Hall, 570-726-RIBS. That's 570-726-RIBS. And find them online at kurtzsmokinribs.com. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, happy to bring you coverage of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
WQBR, The Bear, Cutting Edge Country.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin, 157 starts. Alex Clucker for Lock Haven goes against Logan Parks for Central Michigan. Clucker, 10-2 on the year, 16th ranked wrestler in the country, two-time qualifier. Immediately goes after Parks in the middle, as Lock Haven down 11-4 as a team.
Yeah, so Clucker, another one of the big guns coming in here. They really need him to come through, given the upsets so far. So Clucker really needs to score a lot of points, get some bonus points here for the team, and certainly capable of doing that against Logan Parks, a senior from Central Michigan.
Both wrestlers trying to gain some leverage here early, and after this we have a 10-minute intermission. So this is a momentum swing opportunity. Lock Haven, with the Clucker victory, can get within striking distance of CMU. And also worth reminding, at the 285 spot, Central Michigan's got a top 10 guy there, the reigning All-American in Matt Stencyl. And that's something to factor in when you're looking on your score sheet at home. Right now, Clucker, who lost last year in the Whiteout match against Colby Ho of George Mason in a major decision, has looked good early this season, finished third in the Navy Classic a few weeks ago, and he tries to get a shot in on Parks and can't do so yet, nearly halfway through the first.
Yeah, so District 3 wrestler here. I know next week going down to Red Lion High School, they got that District 3 recruiting pipeline, and I know that's one of the things they want to keep going, and that's part of that effort. But Clucker would be a good example, one of those really good wrestlers that come up from District 3 to LHU.
Another one of those guys that wasn't the highest ranked recruit, but he comes in here, builds himself up, tries to get a shot in on Parks, who pushes him away. Middle of the map, still tangled up.
That's been the most impressive thing, I think, from what Scott has done. Scott Moore with this program is able to get some of these recruits that aren't the top rated, but he's been able to develop them. Ronnie Perry would be a perfect example of that. Really good wrestlers, but not top rated coming out of high school, and you're able to develop them into All-Americans. Ronnie Perry finishing second that year. So that's huge for the program, and that's how you get other recruits to come in and want to be a part of this thing. So just keeps growing on itself, and I think Moore's doing a fantastic job with this program. Tonight, so far, not what they were looking to see, but hopefully that can change.
Clucker in some trouble. Parks gets a hold of that left leg, but Clucker for the moment stays up, tries to flip around, and there.
Clucker's trying to sprawl back, break that.
He's got a hold of that left foot. Can Clucker get around back? And 2 is awarded, and that goes the other way. It's the Parks 2-0 lead for the visitor at the end of the first. He got a late takedown in there. John, what was Logan Parks able to do, the senior for Central Michigan, able to do to get on top of Clucker?
He was just able to get in on the legs there, get him in a bad position. Clucker, tried his best to fight that thing off, but was unable to and gave up the late takedown, which is a lot of times a killer. Hopefully Clucker can get back in this thing, but you never want to give up that takedown right in the last 10 seconds of a period. So Central Michigan, is just coming in tonight ready to wrestle. They're not intimidated at all by this big crowd coming into the hostile environment, and they're just putting it to the Bold Eagles so far.
Parks on top to begin the second. He tugs down Alex Clucker, and the 16th ranked wrestler spins his way out of it. 2-1, he's down and now in neutral.
So they're locked up in the middle of the mat again. Clucker just needs to get in on the legs. Try to get Parks down to the mat, score some points here.
Lockhaven
seems to be very defensive approach to things so far in this dual meet, which is surprising, I guess, coming out in this environment.
Lockhaven as a team down 11-4, got a major decision at 33 from DJ Feldman, but aside from that, all losses, and big surprise, the 141 major decision going Central Michigan's way with the Dresden-Simon upset of Lockhaven's returning All-American Kyle Shoop. Tangled up with a minute to go in the second. Alex Clucker at 57, down 2-1 here. Lockhaven's crowd was jolted up to begin this thing, but the Bald Eagle faithful a little quieter right now. Need Alex Clucker to get him energized before the intermission.
So yeah, locked up again in the middle of the mat. Clucker trying to work his that tie and try to work that shot.
30 seconds. Here's the 30-second countdown. Cat and mouse right now.
Yep, another shot from Parks. Fought off by Clucker.
Alex Clucker trying to bring his record to 11-2. One of the strongest guy on this Lockhaven team at 157. He really brings a lot of strength to the table. And Parks, another vet. And you have senior on senior.
Yeah.
Clucker doesn't have the ability to just use that veteran experience, as Parks is a guy who's been around the block as well. Logan Parks, 6-4. And he has a 2-1 lead on Clucker heading into the final period here at 157. So Central Michigan up 11-4, can extend that lead here depending on what happens.
Another surprising match. Certainly not what you expected coming into this thing, but still, last period here for Clucker to do something and get some points on the board for the Bold Eagles. Some much-needed points on the board.
Clucker attempts to get a shot in on the right leg of Parks, but he fights him off. Still 2-1 for Logan Parks of Central Michigan. It's got to be pretty pleasing for head coach Tom Borelli over there for the Chippewas. See his team hit the major upset at 141 and fight off a potential Lockhaven upset at 125.
Yeah, absolutely. What started up, Parks in on the leg again.
So Clucker fights him off right now for a moment, but that right leg of Clucker, very extended.
You got the whizzer in on him, trying to fight this thing off. But there's 2.
4-1. It's a pretty deflated crowd right now here at the Haven. Minute to go in the third. Lockhaven's Whiteout. Scott Moore shakes his head, sitting on the chairs to the side of the mat for Lockhaven right now. Parks is 35 seconds of riding time, and you can add to that. Lockhaven 16th ranked wrestler Alex Clucker in some trouble here. Lockhaven still has the second half of the lineup to go, but remember that heavyweight significant advantage that Central Michigan possesses at the final spot.
Yeah, but looking at the rankings, didn't really, work out for Lock Haven's way, so maybe we'll see something at heavyweight the other direction. Who knows?
It's a fair spin zone.
Yeah.
20 seconds to go in the third. Clucker down 4-1, can still try to get an escape and then have an opportunity. Park's doing a good job of forcing him down. Riding time is just about clinched. He has that riding time, which would make it 5-1. And Clucker struggling to get up. Still can on the left side of the mat. 5 to go in the third. And we go into intermission with Lock Haven as a team down 14-4. Not the way you drew it up for the Whiteout here, John.
No, it's got to be very disappointing for Scott Moore and the staff. Just very surprised, I guess. The teams come out flat. Other than 25, he came out ready to wrestle. Werner did, almost got the upset against the top 10 opponent. 33, we saw the major decision. That was as expected, and it just flipped after that, and just flat. It really looked flat. They did not look like the wrestlers that I'm used to seeing, and I'm sure Moore is going to take this 10-minute halftime break to try to change that and get a little more fire coming out here for the last 5 matches. So. Certainly in a big hole here, but hopefully, if you get some bonus points, you never know what can happen. So, but definitely deflated crowd here for the big Whiteout, the big MAC opener, home opener, and hopefully the Bald Eagles can come out and change that, get some excitement and energy here, and possibly pull out the victory.
Well, Lock Haven still has half its lineup to go, and we'll take a quick break and come right back and talk you through it halfway through the home opener for Lock Haven. Down 14-4 to Central Michigan. We'll try to restabilize here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
PSECU believes your money should stay where it belongs, with you. That's why they charge few, if any, fees. Become a member today at psecu.com. PSECU, proud sponsor of the Bald Eagles.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brew House, a big supporter of Lock Haven University Sports.
We are Chapel Physical Therapy. Shouldn't your physical therapist be as invested in your recovery as you are? Call 570-726-0331 for Chapel Physical Therapy, where you'll receive the one-on-one care you deserve. Whether your goal is to return to high-level athletics, work, lifting your child, keeping up with the grandkids, or simply bending over without pain, we're here to get you out there faster and stronger. Achieve your goals with Chapel Physical Therapy. 570-726-0331. Route 64 between Mill Hall and Lamar.
The holidays. Time for hot cocoa, mistletoe, and spreading joy. A different kind of joy. The joy of pushing your limits on snowy mornings.
You feel that, Peloton? That's greatness.
The joy of getting the right motivation when you think you can't go any further.
Don't back down now.
The joy of giving it all you've got. Until tomorrow. Because our kind of joy will keep you coming back for more.
Peloton, way to work. Great job, everybody.
This holiday, give the gift of Peloton at onepeloton.com.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win Holiday Cash Blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more. WQBR, Avis, Williamsport, State College, your home for LHU Athletics.
Sam Cooperman alongside John Conklin. Bird's eye view at the Thomas Fieldhouse. The first half of the bout against Central Michigan has not gone the way Lock Haven drew it up. Down 14-4 as a team. One win for the Bald Eagles did come at 133. DJ Fellman, in a major decision, knocked off Devin Perez to move Fellman's record to 7-5. But as a team, 25th ranked Lock Haven Bald Eagles, not off to the hottest of starts here, John, and the 141 upset where Kyle Shoop not only lost, but he got majored and nearly teched. That was surprising to just about everybody in attendance here.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I nothing more to say. I mean, that's just not the Shoop you're used to seeing. Used to seeing him come out, forcing the action, getting the takedown, getting those back points, racking up the points, getting bonus points for the team. He just came out, just looked flat. He was giving up giving up his leg for easy takedowns, and then ended up, trying to force some action there at the end to get back into it and getting, turned to his back and get some back points scored on him. So just a very surprising result from Shoop, also from Clucker. We saw the Brockport come in. He started out 2-0, got reversed and put onto his back, got a 2 count, got 2 points and then 4. So it kind of snowballed from there. Just very disappointing. I'm sure Coach Moore and the rest of the staff are talking to the team here now. And like I said, hopefully they can light a fire under him here for the second half of this match if they have a chance to get back in it and even have a shot at winning this thing.
Well, Lock Haven is still only down 10 points. It is possible, but there is that kind of heavyweight elephant in the room kind of situation there with Central Michigan having a top 10 guy and Matt Stencyl, who's awfully good, and Lock Haven have Trey Hartsock there, but Lock Haven is in some trouble. The Bald Eagles down 14-4 as a team, but in the second half of the match, you talked about it, the coaches will try to prop these guys up, and they'll have some things to say. What do you think Lock Haven will need to do to kind of get the tide stirring in their direction, starting at 165 with Austin Bell taking the mat for Lock Haven?
Well, like I said at the beginning of the match, being aggressive. The first 2 wrestlers that came out were aggressive for LHU, almost getting the victory there, 25 against the top 10 kid, and then 33 getting that major decision. The other wrestlers seem to be taking a defensive posture or approach to their match, and it did not work out for them. So I really think these kids need to come out. And you're talking college Division I wrestlers. It's tough to score those bonus points, but really that's what they need. And in order to get those bonus points, they need to come out, take the shots, try to set things up that are going to be able to get some back points and rack up those points and possibly get some falls. So no other way about it. Down 10 points with 5 bouts to go, and one of them at a decided disadvantage yet. So certainly stacked against them, but not impossible.
Well, Lock Haven in some trouble here, and of course in sports we talk about this, and it's all relative as far as what happens in real life. And I know the Central Michigan fan base is hurting right now as a whole, and a lot of Chippewas fans here in attendance made the trip out east, and plenty of fans, I'm sure, gearing up for their MAC title game tomorrow, where they'll try to win out on the gridiron. And the voice of the Chippewas sadly no longer with us, and we just want to send our regards to the family of Don Chiodo, who passed away in a car accident this week. 10 years as the voice of the Chippewas, been around Mount Pleasant, Michigan for a long time, and it was disheartening to see that pop up on Twitter and online, different articles about him. Send the best to his family and all in Michigan that knew him, and everyone everywhere that knew him, because from everything you read about him, seemed like a tremendous guy. And I was sorry about the loss of Don, who passed away. And Central Michigan fans that are listening in tonight, just know that we are thinking of you, and our thoughts and prayers are going out your way. We're coming right back here. We're going to bring you some wrestling, and Lock Haven will try to turn things around. 165 to begin the second half of this bout on the Bear Country Sports Network right after this.
The people at Kurt's Smokin' Ribs are excited and proud to support Lock Haven University Athletics, providing the area with outstanding barbecue, wood-fired pizza, wings, and more for 12 years. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, 243 Pennsylvania Avenue in Mill Hall, 570-726-RIBS. That's 570-726-RIBS. And find them online at kurtzsmokinribs.com. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, happy to bring you coverage of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
At Woodlands Bank, you don't have to worry about bank closures, name changes, or unplanned fees. Our customers' priorities are our top priority. We offer several personal and business accounts that are rewarding and don't charge a monthly service fee or require a minimum balance. Does your bank do that? Visit woodlandsbank.com to learn more about our products and services, or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations in a neighborhood near you. Experience community banking the way it should be. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
This holiday, do you want a gift or do you want a wow? At Ulta Beauty, we make wowing easy with gorgeous gift sets. Spread holiday cheer with the Morphe 12-piece eye brush collection. Get major Mary points from Mini but Mighty Lip Kits from Kylie Cosmetics and MAC. And treat your nice list to skincare sets from Kiehl's and Mario Badescu. Plus, treat yourself to easy shopping when you buy online and pick up in store. It's free. Shop now, wow later, and get ready to give, gather, and glow. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win Holiday Cash Blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Getting the crowd back and pumped up here at the Thomas Fieldhouse. Second half of the opening duel of 2019-20. Sam Cooperman, John Conklin with you on the Bear Country Sports Network. Out to Black Betty comes Austin Bell, Lock Haven's 7-3 redshirt junior. He squares up with Tracy Hubbard, redshirt freshman for the Chippewas. Well, that's who we're told is the case, and that is. Hubbard's out there. Central Michigan did a little switch up on us at 33. Lock Haven down 14-4 as a team. Bell tries to get an early shot in, has Hubbard right up at the chest.
So Hubbard coming in 8-6. Looks very quick. Certainly going to be tough to score on. So we'll see what Austin Bell can do.
Bell, a Pitt transfer. Last year went 11-11, mostly in tournament settings. Was in the lineup a couple times, and he gets a couple legs. Oh, and throws him down, but he was out of play. Lock Haven's coaching staff in unison is not pleased.
That's a tough one, but I honestly think that was the right call by Randy Brungard. Hate to say it.
No challenge brick was thrown. They were going along here, but that was a nice throwdown.
Get his feet down before they went off the net. So
that's the case. Opening minute at 1:65. Second half of the bout between Lock Haven and Central Michigan rolls along. 14-4 lead for the Central Michigan Chippewas. They've won 4 of the 5 weight classes in the opening half.
It looks like we're seeing some of that aggressiveness I was talking about, what they needed to show here. We're seeing it out of the gates here in a second. Oh, there's a poke to the eye.
Bell will have to readjust there.
No call on that, though. That's one of the rule changes this year in college wrestling with the hands to the face rule, giving them a little more leeway to the officials as far as whether to call that or not, whether to award a point or not. That's a stall call there against Hubbard.
Near single leg from Bell, and then he got a hold of Hubbard's right leg, and they do give him that warning there. Minute and a half to go in the first, 0-0, but Tracy Hubbard has been attacked a few times from Austin Bell of Lock Haven.
Definitely. Yeah, Bell's doing everything he has to here, and I think it's going to pay off for him here at some point with some points, but so far still knotted at 0, but not for lack of effort there by Bell. So there's Hubbard in on a shot. Bell tried to spin around. Hubbard able to fight it off, and they're back on their feet.
Bell replacing a pretty prominent part of the lineup at 165, Chance Marsteller, 2-time All-American. Lose him to graduation. He's training hard for a potential run to try to get to the Olympics, and he's going to come out to a few dual meets here at the Haven this year, currently training down by Lehigh as Bell contends with Hubbard here in the middle of the mat. Now 40 seconds to go in the first, 0-0, but Bell has had a few shots attempted. Spin around, but Hubbard was ready there to dance with them. Still 0-0. Hubbard gets a double leg opportunity.
Almost caught him off balance. There's the overhooks. And he
Hubbard
slipped
gets him.
off. Hubbard gets the takedown.
2-0 Tracy Hubbard, and Randy Broomgard blows this one dead for a second.
Got some blood.
Second time tonight we've had that, and Jason comes out there to tend to that for Lock Haven. Training staff looking at Austin Bell, who's down 2-0, and Tracy Hubbard. You mentioned his quickness at the top of this, John. He's displayed that in this matchup at 165. Lock Haven.
Bell's forcing the action, though. He's down 2-0, but he's been on almost every one of those shots. I think Hubbard might have had a shot or two, but Bell's been forcing the action, and I think that he's, like I said, he's doing everything he needs to do to try to get LHU back in this thing, try to get the victory here in this match. After the blood time here, we'll see if he comes back out, maybe give him a chance to catch his breath too. But looking good so far, even though he's down 2-0.
Bell wearing the crimson and gray singlet, readjust it. Hubbard gets back on top of him. 24 seconds to go in the first, and Austin Bell will try to get an escape here. Can't yet. Tracy Hubbard, he's tough. Gets his right arm tucked underneath him. And
riding tough. Bell's trying to come up and out there. Hubbard's putting the pressure on his back, keeping his weight down. So there's a stoppage, another blood time.
That's been an issue. Second time in this first period at 165. 4 seconds to go in the first frame at 165. Sixth matchup of 10 this evening. Lock Haven started at 125 and nearly had the fireworks to capture the opening bout. Luke Warner, a tough 3-2 loss to 9th-ranked Drew Hildebrandt. And then after that, DJ Feldman got Lock Haven on top 4-3 with a 12-2 major decision over Devin Perez. And then Dresden Simon just absolutely took a stranglehold of the momentum at 141 with the upset over Kyle Shoop of Lock Haven, 18-5 major decision. And Bell dealt with the second time. Some blood has to be wiped up. And Hubbard has 25 seconds of riding time. 4 more seconds in the first here. And we'll wait for things to get restarted. We've had during the shoot match, a few clock situations, John, and then now the blood time. It's gone on a little bit. Waiting on Hubbard to get on top. Yeah, Bell tries to get up and out, but Hubbard keeps a hold of him. Puts him right on his head at the end of the first. 2-0 Tracy Hubbard gets the Central Michigan fans sitting to the back left at the Thomas Fieldhouse. A little excitement.
Yeah, even the Lock Haven fans seem to be a little bit back into it. This has been an exciting first period. Despite the 2-0 score, it's been a lot of action, and need to keep that going here for the rest of the match. Bell has the on top with the legs in right to start, trying to get his arms in, trying to control the wrist, trying to work that tilt here with the legs in.
Austin Bell, worth noting, 4 pins on the year. He's 7-3. This is a guy who can be very dangerous in this kind of spot when he's on top, make some things happen. Also a major for the Bell Vernon, PA native. Pittsburgh transfer. He tries to work on Hubbard here, who holds a 2-0 lead in the second period. Hubbard on his feet.
Up and out.
Makes it 3-0. Tracy Hubbard in the driver's seat against Austin Bell, but some good aggression from the Lock Haven redshirt junior.
Yeah, he was working there from the top position. Just couldn't get his arm in there to control that. Hubbard did a nice job of controlling Bell's hands, and then was able to hop up out of there, get the escape, and get back on his feet with a 3-0 advantage.
Minute to go in the second period at 165. Hubbard with a spin around. He's got underneath of Bell's neck, and can he get around back? He does. 5-0. Tracy Hubbard takes a commanding lead here late in the second.
Yeah, Hubbard, athletic wrestler, just quick. Like I said at the beginning, it was very evident, but he's been able to use that quickness here to counter some of these things that Bell's trying to do to him and come out on top with the score.
The Macomb, Michigan native, 8-6 on the year. Currently that 5-0 lead against Lock Haven's Austin Bell.
Crossface.
Trying to get that tilt.
Yep, Bell trying to get up and out. Up to his base, trying to stand up, but Hubbard's doing a good job of keeping the weight on his back and keeping him down to the mat.
Riding time just over 40 seconds for Hubbard. Final 5 seconds of the second period. Austin Bell in some trouble. It's 5-0. Tracy Hubbard of Central Michigan takes a nice lead here. 5-0 going into the third. And Bell will look to rebound here for the Lock Haven Bald Eagles. Neutral for the third. Bell needs to attack quickly, and 14-14 lead for Central Michigan. Pretty pivotal moment for Bell to try to recapture some momentum for Lock Haven. It was almost there at 125, then it wasn't. 33, Feldman brought it back for a moment.
Potentially dangerous call from Randy Brungard. Restart. But I mean, you could tell Bell came out here trying to recapture that momentum here in the second half of the match, and just was not able to come out on the top end of any of those scrambles, any of those shots. Finds himself down 5-0 here with a minute and 20 left in the match. Hubbard
Bell trying to get a shot in here. Flips him around. Can Bell get on top?
Looks like both wrestlers, looks like it might be a stalemate here, but we'll see what Randy Brungard calls.
Right now letting it go, and there it is at 1:03 to go in the third. 47 seconds of riding time for Tracy Hubbard. Can try to tack on that extra point. Worth noting, if he gets a takedown and can ride a little longer, can flip this to a major if that's what happens. But Austin Bell has other ideas for Lock Haven with just under a minute to go in neutral in the middle.
Hubbard in on the legs again.
Bell hanging on, but can he get him?
Hubbard
Nope.
comes around for the takedown.
7-0, Tracy Hubbard. 40 to go in the third, and Bell is down and flattened. Riding time creeps up towards the minute mark. That'll put it at 8, and that would give Tracy Hubbard a major decision for Central Michigan.
He's got that bar arm in there, trying to work the tilt, or at least work some action here. Last 20 seconds of the match.
Hubbard, he's still going after it. He's trying to tilt over Bell to the right, and he's just down on his knees right now. Austin Bell, if he can get up here, that'll help him to at least keep this at a decision. He's almost up, but his body's controlled and time expires.
8-0 with the riding time, so a major decision.
18-4 Central Michigan. Again, not what we expected, and that's what's happening. Tracy Hubbard, 8-0, minute 32 of riding time, and he was able to fight back nicely against Bell after you mentioned the energy was there early on.
Yeah, and you can just see the dejection over there with the LHU coaches. Certainly not the effort, not the result that they were looking for coming into this thing. So, you know, you got to try to look for the positives as we close this out. It's a long season. This is one dual meet, but might be an eye-opener as well for the team. So quickly, right out of the gate, takedown.
Jared Segrist on top.
Yep.
He gets Jake Lowell flattened, the redshirt sophomore from Glencoe, Illinois. 2-0 Segrist lead, and he can try to capture some things here. Lock Haven is down as a team by 14 with 4 bouts to go.
Yes, there's a hard crossface by Segrist. Like I said, right off the whistle with the takedown. Now he's trying to work from the top position, trying to get some points actually, and gives up the escape here at the edge of the mat.
2-1, Jared Segrist. 2:21 to go in the first. They're back in neutral in the middle. Segrist last year went 26-13, and he's a guy that Coach Scott Moore and company want to see trying to make his way to nationals. He's been in that area, finished third in the EWL as a junior. Mannheim native tries to attack the legs of Jake Lowell, who scampers around, and they're out of play again on the near side of the mat with 2 minutes to go in the first at 174.
Certainly another match here, another wrestler coming out, Segrist coming out aggressive, trying to do what he can to get LHU back into this. Lowell in on the shot. Segrist has the whizzer in, fighting that off, and he did a nice job of getting out of that.
Lock Haven fans appreciate good wrestling. Some claps come, noticing that Jared Segrist was in a dangerous spot, but he did nice work to get himself out of it with a minute 40 to go in the first, still up 2-1. Fans packed the field house tonight.
Yeah, a lot of familiar faces. I'm looking around. I got VIP row down here, and I can, see a lot of people I recognize. Not sure I'd consider them VIPs, but LHU does.
Oh, okay. That's why all of a sudden a little aggression from John Conklin. It takes an hour 24, and then it comes out of him. How about that?
It's jokes.
All in good fun as Segrist tries to go for the right leg of Lowell. He can't get it there, and some hand fighting. Jared Segrist trying to work his way around back. Minute 10 to go in the first. 2-1 Jared Segrist lead, and senior trying to get some momentum back Lock Haven's way. It's been a long time since some excitement on the Bald Eagles end has come out in this duel. It's just been a gradual wear down by the Central Michigan Chippewas.
Yeah, I mean, they came ready to wrestle. That's all there is to it. LHU did not come in as you would have expected them to, and this is the result, 18-4 advantage in the 174 match here.
Still theoretically within reach. There's 4 more weight classes as Segrist tries to attempt a shot, get around back. Can he put Lowell down?
And stall warning against Lowell.
Well, they put it at 3-1, so must have got a point for it as they scamper to the outside of the mat. Single leg in from Segrist, tries to twist around Jake Lowell. And they're out of play. 17 to go in the first.
Yeah, I must have missed the first warning there, but so that was the second one, point awarded.
Jared Segrist with a 2-point cushion, late first. You mentioned it, John. He's been aggressive here tonight.
Absolutely.
Segrist, one of those guys that developed over time here at Lock Haven. He's a 3-time state place winner at Manheim Central High School. For a moment this year, he was ranked 22nd after the Journeyman tournament up in Troy, New York. First ends 3-1 Jared Segrist, Lock Haven's senior in the crimson and gray singlet, trying to get after 174 Jake Lowell in the maroon and gold for Central Michigan. And Segrist is on top to begin the second with 33 seconds of riding time already to his name.
Yeah, a little bit early, Segrist getting to caution from the top position.
Get things going. A 3-1 lead for Jared Segrist. 184 Lock Haven holds a potential advantage with Corey Hazel, ranked 14th. He's 2-time national qualifier. He comes back out there for the Haven. 3-1 lead for Segrist. He's on top riding. Left arm tucked underneath. Right in the middle, trying to work his left leg around and gain firmer position on top of Jake Lowell.
Yep, he's working from the side, trying to get that. There, he couldn't tell if he had that arm in there or not, but obviously trying to get him turned to his back to, at a minimum, try to get some back points, try to work for the pin.
Lowell not exactly the strength of the Central Michigan lineup. He's 0-3 on the year. He lost via fall in the Michigan duel in 4:55. Segrist trying to prop him over. On top 3-1 with minute to go in the second.
And he's got the head in the armpit there, trying to get that arm, trying to get the bar arm. There's another stall, another point awarded, so that makes it 4-1.
Now a shot attempted by Lowell, and he throws Segrist off the mat and into the VIP area. Lowell is slammed down. Central Michigan coaches come sprinting over, and now Lock Haven's coaches come out on the mat, and now the fans get into it all of a sudden. Let's see what our referee tonight, Randy Broomgard, decides happened here. Scott Moore is over at the official. They tumble out onto the basketball court here at the Thomas Fieldhouse, and it's a 4-1 lead for now for Jared Segrist, and something will have to be decided here.
Yeah, I think, it looked like there was an opportunity there to stop before they hit the hardwood. I think Central Michigan's coaches, thinking there might have been a little extra effort to force that, throw into the hardwood. That's a judgment call from the referee. He didn't see it that way. So a little bit of heatedness, but we're back at wrestling.
4-2. They award a point there to Lowell. 40 seconds to go in the second, so maybe they did, after all, see something. And
I missed the call on that. I didn't see him award.
It's a bang-bang, but right now Segrist trying to make everyone forget about that. He has a single leg in on Lowell to the left side. Can he bring him down? Lowell with a nice fight off. 20 to go in the second, 4-2. Segrist tries again.
Nice ankle pick from Segrist.
6-2 after the Segrist takedown. Lock Haven cheers, and just about a few seconds to go in the second. A 6-2 Lock Haven lead. Jared Segrist on top of Jake Lowell, the winless Central Michigan wrestler. And Lock Haven Senior has a 4-point cushion heading into the final period.
So exciting period there. So 6-2 advantage going into the third, but a lot of action. It wouldn't surprise me to see something here in the third period that could get some points for LHU.
Now in neutral to begin the third. Lowell tries to bring around back Segrist, and he does. Throw him down at 6-4. It's a 2-point match right now. Jared Segrist needs to get up for Lock Haven. He does have riding time that's decreasing right now, but it's at 1:50 at this moment. And Segrist spins around. 7-4 lead for the Lock Haven Senior.
Immediately in on the leg.
And he goes for that right leg of Lowell out to the back of the mat, nearly edge of the circle with 1.5 minutes to go. They're out of play at 1:29. Lock Haven's coaching staff giving instructions, and they want this to move quicker. Lowell taking his time to get back towards the middle.
Right.
7-4 Segrist lead. 1:46 of riding time at his disposal. In neutral right now with some hand fighting.
And there he is in on the leg again. Now Lowell had his ankle for a second. He fought out of that, but Segrist working for the takedown. He gets behind him for 2.
9-4. Lock Haven up by 5 with Segrist here, and riding time back on, nearing 2 minutes. Minute to go in the third, and Segrist has just
Coaches are telling him to let him up.
Captured it. He has riding time, so that escape really just
Looking
becomes
for
a
another
moot point.
Stall. Randy Brungar not awarding that, but the next stall would be a 2-point stall.
He gets up for 9-5, and now Segrist tries to get control on the back. There's 38 seconds to go, and now there's another takedown from the side. 11-5. Segrist now stays aside as Lowell has a whistle blown with 31 seconds to go.
I think Randy thought he was hurt, but I think he was just slow in getting up there.
11-5 Segrist, and this is a pivotal opportunity. He'll have an extra point for riding time, make it 12-5. Get one more takedown here, that's a major decision. Make it 11-6 here. Maybe they're saying
That's
a stall. Lock Haven fans all want stalling, and then they put 2. Put 2 on Lock Haven side for 13-6. An extra point, now they put 14-6. A lot of points. That's all I could say. 14-6, 8-point lead for Segrist. Gets another point because of the riding time, and that makes it 15-6. Segrist major decision, and now you hear the Lock Haven fans get up a little bit. Bald Eagles get a win via the major from Jared Segrist, his second major decision of the year.
So certainly something positive. The crowd, they've been hungry for that since early on. So that is some positive moving into the rest of the match here. Gets them within 10 here. And hopefully try to get some more bonus points, try to get back in this thing.
Within 10 with 3 matches to go. There is that 285 advantage that Central Michigan has with a top 10 guy in Matt Stencyl. But right now, Corey Hazel slaps the hand of Nate Carr Jr. pretty hard. He has to dust that thing off. His hand was in some pain. Corey Hazel's pumped up. He goes against Ben Cushman, redshirt freshman from Flushing, Michigan.
Yep.
Lock Haven down by 10, but Hazel an opportunity to get closer.
Yep, Hazel's definitely coming out with some obvious energy. He wants to, he knows the situation they're in and wants to try to help the team get back into this. So we'll see what he can do against the redshirt freshman.
A win for Cushman would seal it for Central Michigan. Hazel, chance to keep Lock Haven within striking distance.
Hazel's a kid coached in high school by a local guy, Joel Brinker, who wrestled here for the former Baltimore-Nittany High School in Mill Hall. So another local connection there with that.
Corey Hazel last year was able to get to Pittsburgh and won a match there as well. Hazel contends with Cushman in the middle of the mat. Cushman lost in a major decision at Michigan, 17-6. Faces another ranked guy in Corey Hazel, who tries to improve his record to 6-3 early in the season. A lot of sizing up here. Hazel just has the right arm tucked
Stalemate
underneath.
called. Not a lot of action there. So restart at the center of the mat.
Corey Hazel, one of the leaders of this Lock Haven team. It's 4 returning national qualifiers of the 6 LHU had last year. Thomas Haynes, heavyweight, and Chance Marsteller, 165, no longer on the team as they've graduated.
Yep, there's Cushman in on a shot and on the briefly on the right leg of Hazel. Hazel able to fight it off.
Does so, and they get up. Minute 15 to go in the first. 0-0 at 184. 18-8 Central Michigan match advantage. Corey Hazel of Lock Haven in that crimson and gray singlet as they swing around in the middle of the mat. Just trying to gain some leverage. Hazel with a little double pump, and then he pushes him away. Tries the left arm. Can't get down low for the shot on the left.
Snap down on the neck, trying to set that up.
Now Hazel makes a move, gets a hold of Cushman, but can he throw him down?
Oh, there's the inside trip. He has him on his back.
2 for the takedown. Corey Hazel, bring him down. 30 seconds to go in the first. Corey Hazel with some excitement here. Riding time is on.
Yep, that was nice. He came up, body locked, a little bit of an inside trip there, brought him down to his back briefly. Able to get the takedown. If not for the back points, would have been nice, but he wasn't able to hold him there.
2-0 lead for Hazel. 20 seconds to go in the first. LHU's Corey Hazel, ranked 14th in the country. EWL champ for a couple straight years. He was a state runner-up in 2015. You mentioned his time at Penns Valley High School, local kid. He's about 45 minutes away from the Haven. But now Cushman spins his way out with 13 to go in the first. 2-1 Hazel advantage. Back in neutral for the final few seconds. Hand fighting and not much else as we go to the second. 2-1 Corey Hazel.
So Hazel coming out with some fire. A lot of action there in that first period despite the 2-1 score.
And again, unless a monumental upset happens at heavyweight, Lock Haven will really need some bonus points here.
Yeah, definitely. We came in looking at that one thinking, well, most likely bonus points for Central Michigan. And so, yes, to your point, they definitely need some bonus points here in these next couple matches.
Well, Hazel spins out in 9 seconds as he had bottom to begin the second. 3-1 advantage for Lock Haven's senior, Corey Hazel. Dances with Ben Cushman right now. Redshirt freshman for Central Michigan. And Hazel almost gets a takedown, has the leg locked in, and they award him 2 as they fall out of play. 5-1 Corey Hazel.
That was some athleticism right there shown by Corey Hazel. That was a combination there. What he set that up, got the trip, got the takedown there at the edge with 1 foot in. So very nice.
Minute 32 to go in the second at 184. Corey Hazel with a 5-1 lead. Warning.
Caution on Hazel.
And now on the officials' count, Hazel lets Cushman get up to make it 5-2 after the escape. Now Hazel tries to flip around back. Can he get another takedown? Yeah, he does. Corey Hazel is strong. 7-2 Hazel advantage. He rides on Cushman as he's looking to capture those bonus points. Might let him get up again, but not right now. Just out of play to the left. Minute 9 to go in the second.
Got 31 seconds in riding time. So continues to build that up as well, in addition to the 5-point advantage.
Corey Hazel on top of Central Michigan's 184-pounder, Ben Cushman. Hazel can't gain a grasp of him. Cushman torpedoes away, 7-3. Hazel up by 4 with a minute to go in the second. Lock Haven is a team down 18-8 to Central Michigan. LHU with major decisions at the 133 and 174 spots, but wins for Central Michigan rest of the way through as Hazel gets around back. Can he throw him down? He's got him. 2 for the Corey Hazel takedown.
There he has him lifted up, down to his back. He had 1 point in there with him on his back, but foot came out of bounds, and Randy Bringard called him out. But Randy had already called that a takedown early, so no additional points other than the takedown, the 2 for the takedown.
Yeah, so Hazel had him in control, but he wasn't officially on the mat at that point. It is 9-3, and Hazel rides with 45 seconds and counting. Overriding time, under 30 to go in the second. Hazel tries to maintain control, but up is Cushman. And Cushman now down 9-4. Hazel up by 5. Lockhaven needing big jolt at 184 here. Try to keep Hazel in his winning ways. Parker McClellan, the Altoona native, is up next at 197 for Lockhaven. And the second comes to a conclusion. 5-point lead for Corey Hazel going into the final period.
Crowd still into it here in Thomas Fieldhouse.
Imagine the local contingency is strong for Hazel.
Yeah, definitely.
He's on top to begin the third here. What does he need to do to close this one out?
He needs to work from the top position, try to get the tilt, and get some bonus points for the team. He lets them out for the escape, so we got a 4-point advantage now. I would think Hazel would be looking for some sort of a big move to get some takedown and back points. Try to open this thing up a little bit. Like you said, the bonus points are critical to the dual score.
Lockhaven up 9-5. Hazel gets around back 2 more in a same situation where he's not officially down, but he had control. It's 11-6 as Cushman then spins out. It's a 5-point Hazel lead.
Yep, Hazel showing his quickness.
He is quick, especially for a guy that size. You see the strength on Hazel, but he can also move and score some points. He is 11 with 1:10 to go in the third, and 1:04 riding time already for Hazel. That gives him another point if he can hold on to that. Another takedown is all he need, and that would give him a major with that riding time. Some hand fighting in the middle with 50 seconds to go in the third. Hazel tries to set up a shot. Cushman goes low. Ronnie Perry standing to the edge of the mat for Lockhaven, saying go for that wrist. 35 to go in the third. Now whistle.
Stalemate.
33 seconds to go at 184. Corey Hazel up 11-6. Lockhaven down as a team 18-8. Hazel with that riding time. Can't secure it all the way till the home stretch with only 4 seconds. Oh, keeping that for not mattering, but there's Hazel on top, trying to get some back points here.
Oh, he had that counter. He almost was able to counter that into a cement mixer type of a counter there, put him on his back. He was able to slip out of it, but at least he got the takedown, which should give him a major decision, but he almost had a late pin there.
13-6, and Hazel was...
And he had that cradle hooked up at the end, so he was trying to get that till the very end, but still comes away with a major decision.
14-6 the final. Hazel, major decision. Third major for Lockhaven this evening, and it's 18-12. So it is still within reach for the Lockhaven Bald Eagles. Parker McClellan at 197. And for Central Michigan, it's Landon Pelham. So Pelham and McClellan, 18-12, Central Michigan, 6-point lead. And now McClellan will try to make something happen here in the crimson and gray singlet. Left-hand side matches up with Pelham for Central Michigan.
So another District 6 wrestler here, Parker McClellan out of Altoona, wrestler for Joel Gilbert down there.
2:45 in the first. McClellan goes in on the right leg. Pelham slides away. Pelham 7-5 and McClellan 6-5 thus far.
So McClellan coming out with some aggressiveness here early on in the first 30 seconds, trying to work some shots, knowing he needs some bonus points here as well to give the Bald Eagles a chance.
Lockhaven trying to claw their way back into this duel, and Bald Eagles were down 14-4 at the midway point. Lockhaven has had 3 major decisions go their way, but then the rest of the way it's been Central Michigan pacing ahead. to dance to the right side of the mat. Opening minute at 197. McClellan gets the start in the lineup. Junior freestyle division, the U.S. Open in 2019, as McClellan can't quite spin around back of Pelham. Matched up to the right. McClellan, really long kid. He's over 6 foot and then some.
Yeah, he's definitely has some length there, which is an advantage, obviously, in the sport.
Some schools list the heights of their guys. Lockhaven doesn't, but McClellan, and I'm not a really big math guy, but can approximate. He's got a few inches on Pelham as they grapple out to the left side, but Pelham with a nasty takedown. 2-0 for Landon Pelham.
And instantly with the legs in, trying to work that.
Stays on top of him, but in a bridge, McClellan's able to get up for a moment, but then Pelham gets a hold of his leg before McClellan can firmly stand up. Still 2-0. They're out near the hardwood on the left. 54 seconds to go in the first, and Parker McClellan down 2 for Lockhaven. Need a win to stay alive right here. Matt Stencyl, 7th ranked heavyweight in the country for Central Michigan, is up next. Pelham on top of Lockhaven's McClellan, who is able to prop himself away. 2-1, he's down. 40 to go in the first in the middle. McClellan has a hold of the right wrist of Pelham for a moment. Now they push away. Trey Hartsock gets the call for Lockhaven with redshirt freshman Isaac Reed out. He was nationally ranked 30th coming into the season, but he hasn't been able to wrestle this year.
Yeah, dealing with some injury issues, so that gives a little bit of a hole there, unexpected hold at 285. But Hartsock, solid wrestler, certainly up to a tough, a tough task here against number 7 Stencyl. But we're looking for Isaac Reed to get back in the lineup here at some point this season.
And that's certainly the hope. But for right now, we're thinking 197. McClellan down 2-1. Start the second period. He goes bottom. And Landon Pelham, redshirt junior from Tecumseh, Michigan. He's on top. And in the Michigan duel, the lone duel between these two teams, Lockhaven's yet to wrestle in a dual meet until tonight. But at Michigan, Pelham won in a 12-9 decision as referee Randy Broomgard waits to start the second here. Now we're set, and here we go. McClellan has to get up. Riding time, just over 30 seconds for Pelham. And McClellan's on his feet.
And in on the shot right away. Oh, Pelham countered that. Almost flipped him on his back.
2-2 the score.
Back up in
struggle against each other. And they're back in neutral, as you said.
Pelham trying to come around. McClellan's done a nice job preventing that.
McClellan trying to grab that right leg, and you talk about that length, but can't help him here. Nope. Take down from Pelham. That's his second of the match. Minute 15 to go in the second. McClellan in a 4-2 hole. Lockhaven's dual meet chances hang in the balance right now. Down 6 as a team. Central Michigan, a team that historically has done very well. Last year, not their best of years, 5-8 as a team, but had 3 national qualifiers, 28th at nationals, and come into a hostile environment. On their trip out east, they go to Riders Sunday, trying to go in with a victory over 25th ranked Lockhaven with a minute to go in the second here.
Yeah, I would think this would do a lot for raising the profile of this Central Michigan team this year. Coming in and doing what they've done here tonight here against Lockhaven.
45 to go in the second, still 4-2. Landon Pelham in the driver's seat as he keeps on top of McClellan out to the back of the mat. McClellan on his hands and feet, and they spin out of play. Riding time, minute 25 for Pelham as he tries to keep hold of McClellan. McClellan did choose bottom for the second. He was able to get a point on an escape. He's gotten 2 escapes. That's where his points have come from this evening.
30 seconds.
Here the countdown. Lock Haven needs McClellan to try to get away from Pelham here, and then that'll make it a 1-point match. Pelham maintains control over Parker McClellan of Lock Haven. Altoona native was a 2018 state runner-up. Good job with the right leg of Pelham to keep McClellan down, and he's not getting up this period. 4-2, some good riding at the end of the second. Landon Pelham good on top. (18-12). Central Michigan is a team up by 6 and neutral for the third. Pelham tries to maintain this lead and clinch the duel for Central Michigan. A lot of be the aggressor chance coming from the Lock Haven side. Coaching staff trying to
try to take the shot there. He almost got around for the takedown, but Pelham was able to counter that and be able to get back around him, and he gets the takedown. So,
well, it was very slightly awarded, but it looks like based on the score that there was a takedown momentarily for McClellan after all, and that would make that a reversal at 6-4. That's what it looks like on the scoreboard.
I think you're right.
It was very quick.
Probably wouldn't have considered that a takedown. It wasn't quite there, but either way, it's 2-2 instead of,
Advantage differential still maintains at 6-4, and the aforementioned VIP stretch over here to the left of the mat starting to file out. Still a few more minutes of this one. 6-4 lead for Landon Pelham, the redshirt junior for Central Michigan. He can seal the deal in this dual meet, and then we have heavyweight to round out the evening. We'll have post-match coverage after that, so wrap this one up. Reminder tomorrow, Lock Haven basketball doubleheader, 1-3 here at the Thomas Fieldhouse. As McClellan scoots his way up at 6'5", he's down by 1. 2:30 of riding time for Pelham, as McClellan will need a takedown to have a shot here.
He's in on the leg.
Has control of that left leg of Pelham. He's face to leg as they swirl around in the middle. McClellan looking for an opportunity to get around back. Pelham already with 2 takedowns and a reversal in this one. And they push away, 30 seconds to go.
So Nate Carr Jr. out there trying to fire him up to get this takedown, try to get the victory here in this bat.
Minimal time to do something. You hear the crowd noise intensify with 15 seconds to go. McClellan so close to a takedown. There's some chance of 2, but nothing awarded. 7 to go.
Stall.
McClellan goes for it again. He's on his behind, and Pelham takes him down.
I think that was
seal the deal. 2:31 of riding time will make this 9-5 for the final. And Landon Pelham has clinched the dual meet for Central Michigan. Lock Haven will go to 0-1. One more bout, 285 after this. It is the Bear Country Sports Network, your home for LHU Wrestling.
We do more, we tell you more, we include more. When you purchase a home from Ridgecrest, we discuss all required code items up front, as well as your expectations for the finished build. Once we have your wish list, we'll provide you with firm pricing on all site work before construction begins. Our on-site engineer will obtain your building permits and inspections, coordinate all excavation, foundation work, and utilities, as well as building steps, decks, porches, and even a garage.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
285 rounds out tonight's bout. Sam Cooperman and John Conklin with you. Lock Haven's Trey Hartsock trying to fend off Matt Stencyl, 7th-ranked wrestler at 285 in the country. 21-12 Lock Haven deficit here in the opening minute at 285, and there's a quick takedown for Stencyl. Pushes him around back. 2:20 to go. Lock Haven will lose the Whiteout duel. They'll come back strong next week as go down to Red Lion High School to face Navy. 7 o'clock
Stencyl
start.
has the cradle hooked up the edge of the mat. He's got one foot in. Hartsock was able to fight out of that, but he gave up 2 back points. Did get the escape there as well.
Trey Hartsock, a guy that wasn't with the team last year, but has wrestled for a couple of years at Lock Haven, career 18-20. You mentioned a Mifflin County guy. Lewistown is where he went to high school. Stencyl's just a massive human being. Look at the size between these guys, and Hartsock's a big guy, but
yeah, Hartsock, I believe, if I remember correctly, wrestled 215 there in high school. So I don't think he was a heavyweight then. So he's a smaller heavyweight here at this level, and Stencyl's just a massive guy. So he's at a decided size disadvantage here, but also Stencyl being ranked in the top 10 in the country. I mean, comes in as an underdog for sure, trying to do the best he can against this guy.
they bring him back into the middle as they go back in, and 4-1 is the score. Stencyl in front of Trey Hartsock of Lock Haven. Minute 20 to go in this first period at 285.
Yep, most of the crowd is staying here to the very end, despite the score. It's nice to see that. Everybody's sticking around.
Hartsock trying to get a little momentum for Lock Haven as the Bald Eagles try to climb back into the rankings next week. Face a good Navy squad. Comes into tonight 2-2. They got Maryland this evening down in Annapolis. Minute to go in the first. 4-1. Hartsock down against Matt Stencyl, who is trying to improve his record to 12-3 this year. He's had some good bouts with Mason Paris of Michigan. 2-time national qualifier. Stencyl All-American last year. Finished 7th at Nationals in Pittsburgh. Hartsock.
Yep, as a sophomore last year. So he's coming in this year as a redshirt junior.
Stencyl looking for more as Hartsock tries to get a hold of that body, and as we mentioned, it's a lot of size to try to grab.
Yeah, he's a big dude. There's a stall warning on Hartsock.
Central Michigan goes into Rider Sunday with some momentum. 20th ranked Rider Bronx.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a huge weekend here for this Central Michigan team if they come in, knock off Lock Haven, rank them 25th, and be able to go into Rider and have a good showing, get themselves in the rankings.
Hartsock tries to go at the chest to Stencyl, again to no avail. Stencyl left arm pushes him away. First comes to a close, 4-1. All things Matt Stencyl as expected in the first, but Hartsock's battled well and now will try to make some things happen here. Going into the second, and he is on top to begin the second frame. Now a few fans start to file out. I don't think it's a traffic situation here. It's a good crowd contingency, but let's be real, you can wait a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Stencyl kicks his way
yeah, and
from
who knows? You might see a monumental upset.
Imagine if that happens. It's 5-1, and riding time 13 seconds for Stencyl, non-factor, minute 40 into the second. Lock Haven really, the air was let out of this place after 141, and that's what it came down to. Kyle Shoop was not able to come up with the win, and he sits with his teammates right now. He watches, and everyone will try to rebound. Luke Warner, really nice showing at 125, nearly upset Central Michigan's top 10 wrestler there. DJ Feldman with a major decision. Jared Segrist a major. Corey Hazel also able to get in on the major decision party. So Lock Haven's had some solid showings tonight, but just not enough with a very good Central Michigan team in town.
Yeah, they've come out a little flat. I think some of those matches, I think it's something that's definitely fixable. I think it's something that Scott Moore's going to, have different approach in the upcoming duels. They certainly, I think, two different teams come out with two different approaches. Central Michigan came on this East Coast trip ready to wrestle. Lock Haven came out a little flat here in their opening duel, and I think we'll get that fixed going forward.
Still 5-1 Matt Stencyl in this heavyweight bout. 30 seconds to go in the second, and Trey Hartsock looks for some position. Stencyl with a good slap-away move. He's quick, especially at that size.
Yeah.
Man. Just eyeballing, he's just a massive human being.
Yes, he is.
And Stencyl and Trey Hartsock go toe-to-toe. Lock Haven next week, as mentioned, the Red Lion duel. 7 o'clock, Rumble in the Jungle, it's called. Navy heads to District 3. That'll be a good opportunity for Lock Haven in an area that's been a pipeline for recruiting purposes. After 2 periods have come to a close, 1 more. Fans still primarily staying intact. 1 more period to go. What can Hartsock do to try to get something in on Stencyl?
It's tough. It's going to be tough to score points against Stencyl, and so he's got to try to get on the legs and be able to, well, there's Stencyl.
Stencyl got in on the legs.
Yeah.
7-1.
Like you said, he's got, size advantage, but he just showed his quickness right there. I mean, it's hard to do much against a guy like that. 7-1 disadvantage. Stencyl showing why he's ranked as highly as he is.
Lets him up to get it 7-2. Hartsock a couple of escapes, and Stencyl looking to capture some points here. Looking for bonus points. It's 21-12. Central Michigan has clinched the duel with the victory at 197. Lock Haven with victories at 174 and 184 from Jared Segrist and Corey Hazel to keep it within striking distance, but Parker McClellan couldn't come out with a victory against Landon Pelham, and that was all she wrote. Minute to go at heavyweight, 7-2. Central Michigan by 5, and Stencyl can try to put a bow on this one.
Yep. Yeah, Hartsock putting up a good match. I mean, he's certainly not backing down in any way. He's forcing some action, but, with that size disadvantage and the athleticism of Stencyl, he's just able to, counter that everything and come out on top and score the points. So.
And you hope to have Isaac Reed back in the lineup. That's a guy with the size, not quite at Stencyl's build, but someone that it's built a little similarly to that.
Yep.
20 to go in the third, 7-2. Stencyl just grappling with Trey Hartsock, who, again, you have to commend him. He's really come out here, and he's hung with Stencyl and tried to pick his spots.
There he's in on the leg.
Gets in on the left leg.
Once again, it's one of those size things. Stencyl's just able to break that and come around for the takedown.
Gets a takedown at 9-2. No riding time, so that keeps it just a decision. It'll make the final score 24-12 as Matt Stencyl improves his record to 12-3 with a 9-2 victory over Hartsock. We'll wrap this one up for you on the Bear Country Sports Network right after this. Lock Haven had some bright spots, but slanted the other way. Central Michigan with the victory here at the Haven.
PSECU believes your money should stay where it belongs, with you. That's why they charge few, if any, fees. Become a member today at psecu.com. PSECU, proud sponsor of the Bald Eagles.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brew House, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
We are Chapel Physical Therapy. Shouldn't your physical therapist be as invested in your recovery as you are? Call 570-726-0331 for Chapel Physical Therapy, where you'll receive the one-on-one care you deserve. Whether your goal is to return to high-level athletics, work, lifting your child, keeping up with the grandkids, or simply bending over without pain, we're here to get you out there faster and stronger. Achieve your goals with Chapel Physical Therapy. 570-726-0331. Route 64 between Mill Hall and Lamar.
The holidays. Time for hot cocoa, mistletoe, and spreading joy. A different kind of joy. The joy of pushing your limits on snowy mornings.
You feel that, Peloton? That's greatness.
The joy of getting the right motivation when you think you can't go any further.
Don't back down now.
The joy of giving it all you've got. Until tomorrow. Because our kind of joy will keep you coming back for more.
Peloton, way to work. Great job, everybody.
This holiday, give the gift of Peloton at onepeloton.com.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win Holiday Cash Blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin wrapping up the opening duel for Lock Haven. Didn't go the way the Bald Eagles had hoped for. 24-12 the final. LHU falls to Central Michigan in their MAC opener. And Central Michigan, a very deep team, John. They proved it tonight. The pivotal point was at 141, surely, when Lock Haven's Kyle Shoop was upset by a very good wrestler on Central Michigan's side, a guy that head coach Tom Borelli says he expects to break through this year. Dresden Simon, 23rd ranked wrestler in the country. He's probably going to move up a few notches in the rankings after what he did here.
I would definitely think so. I mean, I think, obviously Lock Haven needed to come in, get the performances out of their ranked guys as expected, get the wins, and also be able to pull off a couple upsets. And they had some near upsets, but then also had some disappointing performances by their redshirt seniors, and weren't able to do that. So they get doubled up by a very good Central Michigan team that's come to the East Coast ready to wrestle. Coach Borelli, has his team, trying to get into those national rankings, and they come in and prove that, what a solid team they are this year. Got some upsets, knocked off some ranked kids, and I think you'll see some individual rankings for that team as well as a team ranking. But, overall disappointing performance here from Lock Haven to start the season, but I have no doubt that Coach Scott Moore and his staff will get this team ready to go going forward.
At Red Lion High School next week, 7 o'clock start from District 3. Lock Haven and Navy go at it. We'll have it here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Our wrestler of the match, John, and your first broadcast with us, first of all, I'd say, we enjoyed having you on here. Looking forward to working with you all season long. But Lock Haven had 3 major decisions. There was DJ Fellman, the 133 victory, 12-2 in a major. Also, Lock Haven able to capture 4 points at 174 with Jared Segrist, 15-6, and Corey Hazel, 14-6 at 184. But what stands out the most to you?
It's a tough one there. I mean, I guess, if I had to pick, I'd say, Hazel coming out and getting the major decision there. But, it's a tough one. I think Segrist and him both, and at film, I don't know. I guess I'm not making a decisive
Quite indecisive.
Choice. But, I mean, those guys came out aggressive, especially in the second half of the match. It was just good to see, them come out with aggression, trying to get those bonus points. They were able to get the major decisions, just not quite enough to get LHU back into it. But it was good to see that effort. So, I'm not sure I made a choice on that, but I'll go with
Hazel. You
Hazel.
didn't. It's okay. It's all right. Listen, you gave some points. You just didn't make the last point that was able to figure things out. At 125, also want to commend Luke Warner, who really kept it close in the opening matchup. Drew Hildebrandt, the number 9 ranked wrestler in the country for Central Michigan. And Warner was up on him for most of the match. It was a late takedown that secured it for
and I was, wrestler of the match. I was thinking it's hard to give that to somebody that had a loss, but, that was kind of my first choice just because of the performance. He came out right out of the gate against a number 9 kid to try to kickstart this dual meet. Did a great job till the very end, gave up a late takedown and lost a heartbreaker. Looking forward to seeing what Werner has for the rest of the season. And it was just a really good performance in the loss here to start the season, the dual meet season.
And Werner not redshirting. He's in the lineup, and he's 15-3 on the year. He's a very talented wrestler out of Liberty High School in Bethlehem. Lock Haven, Navy next week, 7 o'clock start. We'll have pre-match coverage beginning at 6:30 here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Also remember, tomorrow basketball doubleheader, Lock Haven and Seton Hill. 1 o'clock women's game, 3 o'clock men's game. And you can listen to it right here. For John Conklin, my name is Sam Cooperman, saying good night from the Thomas Fieldhouse. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to having you listen all winter long.
Thanks for listening to tonight's match. Brought to you by the Broken Axe Brew House, Chapel Physical Therapy, First Quality, Ridgecrest Home Sales, Woodlands